Chapman Windows, Doors, and Siding today. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Reach your savings goals with American Heritage Credit Union's certificates and IRAs with terms from 3 to 60 months, including 9 or 12-month certificate at 3.81% APY. You'll earn interest for the full term and maximize your earning potential. Prefer flexibility? Our high-yield savings account earns 3.15% APY. For the proactive, for the people, not for profit. Visit AmericanHeritageCU.org/savings to learn more. Insured by the NCUA. Additional share insurance provided by ESI. Not a member? Join today.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us, and we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
A new year is the perfect time to look around your home, especially the kitchen and bathrooms you use every day, and think about a refresh. That's where Kitchen Magic comes in. They're a family-owned company crafting quality American-made kitchens and baths since 1979, and they make the process simple from start to finish. Right now, enjoy 30% off kitchen cabinet refacing and 50% off bathroom installations, plus the opportunity to lock in current pricing. Start the year with a home that looks better and works better. Visit kitchenmagic.com today.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. In a move not typical in American diplomacy, CBS's Natalie Brand says the Prime Minister of Norway has confirmed that he has received a message from President Trump.
President Trump said because Norway decided not to give him the Nobel Peace Prize, he no longer feels an obligation to think purely of peace, saying he's thinking about what is good and proper for the United States. He goes on to argue Denmark cannot protect the land from Russia or China, and he says in this message that the world is not secure unless the U.S. has complete and total control of Greenland.
With tensions over Greenland ratcheting up, there is growing worry about another trade war. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
President Trump says he'll impose a 10% import tax starting next month on goods from 8 nations that have rallied around Denmark and Greenland. Philip Luck of the Center for Strategic and International Studies says that could impact everything from electronics to auto parts.
Individual consumers in the U.S. will absolutely feel this. But another important point is these are not just products consumers buy, but also products we put in our own products to export and produce to the rest of the world. So not only will this increase costs for consumers, it'll make U.S. products less competitive in the global market.
The EU-U.S. trade relationship is the largest in the world.
In honor of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a parade is held in Washington, D.C. A service is held at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, Georgia, where the Reverend was once the co-pastor, and many organizations are holding service events to honor the late civil rights activists. A Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell will attend Wednesday's Supreme Court hearing. CBS's Stacey Lynn reports.
The justices will consider whether President Trump can fire Fed Governor Lisa Cook. Powell's rare public show of support follows subpoenas issued to the Federal Reserve, which Powell called pretext aimed at pressuring the central bank to cut interest rates and could have unprecedented legal implications for the Fed. Stacey Lynn, CBS News, Washington.
More than 100 Christians have been kidnapped in Nigeria.
I'm Vicki Barker at the Foreign Desk. Armed gangs stormed 2 churches in northern Nigeria as Sunday services were underway. The UN says more than 100 worshipers were abducted. A regional Christian leader puts the number at 172, though he says 9 were later able to escape. It's the latest in a wave of kidnappings targeting both Christians and Muslims in Nigeria. Most are released after a ransom is paid.
The college football national title is up for grabs in Miami tonight as the undefeated Indiana Hoosiers aim for their first ever championship when they face the University of Miami Hurricanes. President Trump is expected to attend. This is CBS News.
Real crimes, real justice. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CODE to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
GLP-1 drugs are not just popular with people looking to lose weight. They're now a top target for thieves. CBS's Michael Wallace has more.
Police in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, arrested 3 men who had driven from New York City to rob a pharmacy of a $16,000 shipment of Mounjaro, Ozempic, and Trulicity. Pharmacist Jagar Patel.
These are $1,000 drugs, so anyone that's not easily accessible paying for it, this is the alternate route about it.
Bensalem Public Safety Director William McVeigh says pharmacy employees had been getting strange phone calls asking about delivery details.
Don't keep your head buried on a phone. Make sure the parking lot's clear before you're accepting $16,000 worth of product or more.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Bulgaria's president has announced his resignation ahead of snap elections expected in the spring, deepening political turmoil in the European Union and NATO member country. Rumen Radev says in a speech broadcast on national television there that he will resign tomorrow. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Hi, I'm Judith Light. So there you are. It's flu season, and you're over 65 like me. You're having another busy year. So much to do, so many roles in life to play. But you feel like you might be forgetting something serious. Your annual flu shot. And before you know it, it's too late. It's not just the aches, fever, and chills that last for days and days. The flu can be life-threatening. especially if you have chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, which can worsen with the flu. Being active and healthy alone won't protect you. The immune system weakens with age, making you more susceptible to the flu. If you're over 65, ask about your vaccine options, including one made specifically for us. An annual flu shot is the best way to help keep the flu away. Visit the National Council on Aging at ncoa.org/flu to learn more and talk to your doctor or pharmacist about vaccine options for people 65 and older. Again, that's ncoa.org/flu.
WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
Well, how about that? We're here, and we made it. And that guy right there, that other guy, is Matt Rooney. I know that because I've seen him before.
My excitement is only eclipsed by how excited the audience here at 1210 WPHT must be. Their two favorite fill-ins together at one time.
Are they expecting us to fight?
I mean, we could. It's going to be just a lot of slapping. It's not going to.
You spell it YouTube, but it's WooTube. So I just have to ask, Justin, is there any hope we can fix this, or are we going to sound like we're in some kind of well waiting for people to save us?
I am exhausting every and all option that I can at the moment. Hopefully,
when Zioli gave up 3 hours, it cast us in some kind of Marvel-like multiverse here.
No.
We're just floating around in space.
No, see, I think this is Sean Farish's work. I think Farish and Hummel did this, and Hummel. They're paying off Justin and DeSantis to screw this thing up. So, we have every chance to do this. Otherwise, we're just going to have to do a reggae dancehall DJ show. Yeah, man, it's Bob Marley and the Wailers coming at ya.
We were already starting in a hole. I'm not that funny. I can't do impressions. So they didn't need to sabotage us. I appreciate the ambition.
Are you in a safe room?
I am.
We watch a lot of procedural drama and murder TV in our house. And whenever you watch all those shows from NBC and A&E or whatever, the ones that are solving the crimes within an hour, they always go to the homes of the people and there's no artwork on the wall. So I'm looking. I'm looking at the background of your home office there, Rudy, and it looks like you're a suspect, or at least a person of interest.
I'm an America First guy living in Camden County, New Jersey. This is illegal. What I'm doing right now, broadcasting on 1210 WPHT, Mike. I moved into this house. It's relatively new back in April. I haven't hung any art yet in my office. I just haven't gotten to it because it's not a priority for my wife, the lovely Jacqueline. But I do have plenty of it laying around here. Like, I want to get my...
Wait, you moved in April?
Yeah, and I'm still not there yet. Still haven't hung anything in my
2025
office.
April, as in
April 2025. Like, I have my Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain here for my fellow Civil War nerds, the hero of the 20th Maine at the Battle of Gettysburg.
Look, it's not the road show. We're not going to be doing an appraisal of your.
This is worth $10.
I'll tell you what. We're having an open show tech meeting right here. Justin, would it be better for us to temporarily go solely to the Ven or whatever it is, the Zoom channel?
Oh, that's an option.
And then fix the other one, because what I've been trying to do, Rooney, is I've been trying to play some audio, and I can't play. I can't play audio when I am in Zoom.
So whatever they just did, Mike, I can hear your echo, and now you're shouting at me in my left ear. I don't know how they figured that out.
Well, it was me. I did that to you, but now it should be just me.
It should be fixed now.
Yeah, it should be fine, but I don't want to be a diva, Justin.
No, the echo's gone.
But I demand the ability to do what Farish did last week, and we have to have the ability to play audio here. We want the same treatment as all the other people. Bruno and Miss Robin didn't have this problem.
We played all the audio last week.
Well, but I've been doing this for how long with you guys?
Yeah, but you haven't been on camera. That's the thing. It's this newfangled camera invention that is gumming up the works.
No, I've been on this camera. We've used this in the past. So Matt DeSantis tells me that he is trying to sort this out with engineering right now. And so I'm hopeful we will get this done. So, Rooney, I have a list. You have a list. Where do we start first? Where do you want to go first? Do you want to go to Greenland? Do you want to go to the church in St. Paul, Minnesota? I know Dom was beating up Don the Lemon pretty heavily about that. I know you have legal opinions on what could or should be done to Don Lemon and the people who invaded a church. Do you want to go to the voting age? Because Kamala Harris wants it lowered to 16. Where would you like to go, Matt Rooney?
There's so much stupid, it's hard to figure out where to begin. I mean, first of all, for all of our 1210 WPHT staff and engineers, remember Martin Luther King Day is a day on, not a day off. That's what they tell us. So let's get this figured out as quickly as I can. The 16-year-old voting age, Mike, is not a new idea. Kamala Harris, I don't think she's had any original ideas in quite a bit of time, at least any that were developed sober. In New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey is already letting 16-year-olds vote in school board elections because it's a great idea to let a high school sophomore figure out how their school should be run and have governance over who's in charge of their day-to-day in the school building. But guess what they found out? They found out that kids don't generally show up. They don't actually participate.
So they're just like regular voters, just like other registered voters. They don't.
That's right. Because the whole rationale for this was that you're going to encourage youth participation, but it hasn't happened. Lazy kids are just as lazy as their lazy parents if they're not already participating.
Well, I'm nervous about this because I do think that with such slim margins in terms of decisions in elections, the Democrats are looking for any vote they can get. And I guarantee if we go into a high school and we take these 16 and 17-year-olds and in some certain New Jersey high schools, 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, and we ask them who you're voting for, they're probably going to lean Democrat overall. So I think this is unwise that we give children the right to vote. But if somebody else thinks differently, holler at us, 855-839-1210, 855-839-1210. I have this clip of Kamala saying it, and I swear to God, she sounds drunk when she says it, but because we're not allowed to have the same kind of technology as Sean Farish and Tony Bruno and who was in here last Monday and Tuesday, I forget. It's really infuriating me. And I
I think it's because they know we can handle it, Mike. I think that's the difference.
Don't say that. You're not being a good lawyer now. This has to be an outrage for you. You have to risk being cited with contempt of court, Matt Rooney.
Oh, I will be slashing DeSantis's tires the minute we get done this show. There's no doubt about that.
Don't threaten people on the radio either. This is not. I'm supposed to be the one that's unhinged. You're threatening violence against Matt DeSantis, who, may I remind you, is a Harvard graduate.
He is.
Just the alumni book. There's probably 500 lawyers who'd be just dying to sue you.
I've already been sued. Since I said it, it's been about 20 seconds.
Linda Kearns, all we have to do is mention Elvis and DeSantis, and Linda Kearns will be in here ready to sue you. So let's not get into that. But I'm betting it's pretty universal that the conservatives don't want the voting age lowered to 16. As a matter of fact, I think it should be 26.
Yeah, I mean, think of yourself as a 16-year-old, right? I wouldn't want to live in a country that 16-year-old Matt Rooney was in charge of picking the leaders for.
No.
And of course, the other frustration is the obvious one, right? That we continue in this part of the world that's dominated by big government liberals, Mike. We baby adults, and then we try to give adult responsibility to babies. Does anybody think we're getting a better society for it? I don't think so, right? I mean, take a stroll through Kensington, right, this evening. If you survive it and you can tell us about it, I'm pretty sure you're going to agree that it's not a good idea. So, goodness gracious, I'm not surprised that Kamala Harris came up with a bad idea, but there's a reason why she's not president. I think the American people, even though they don't always make the right decision at the polls, Mike, they can instinctively tell when someone's a complete fraud, and that's what we had on the ballot in 2024.
Yeah, but she's intending to be on the ballot in 2028. I firmly believe if we look at the Democrats today, you know that Shapiro is running. You know that Kamala is running. We know that Gavin Newsom is running. And I also bet that Mayor Pete Buttigieg is going to be running as well. So with just those four, we haven't even started on the AOCs of the world or some of the other fringe candidates of the Democrat Party. But there definitely are four candidates who are out there. And I know Newsom has a PAC, a super PAC already set up. And do you know if Governor Shapiro does? Has he got one set up as well?
I'm not so sure they're going to let him run. Controversial opinion number one of the day, folks. I'm not sure a Jewish guy can win a Democrat primary nationally in 2026. I'm not sure that it's possible, right? I do think, Mike, that AOC is going to win this thing running away in the event that she gets in. I think
you think if AOC runs as a presidential candidate, that she will win a primary for the Democrats?
She will win the Democrat primary. There's technical reasons why. She's got a massive small donor network that most of these guys can't rival. She's a woman in a party that really only gives a damn about the superficial things.
What is a woman, Matt Rooney? I mean, that's really rude. I think that's presumptuous of you to throw gender out there right now. Have we asked her? Does she identify as a woman?
I don't think anyone's ever asked her, and I'm not sure what kind of opinion Sandy could give you. I mean, I know enough about the definition of a woman that I was able to help make 2 kids, Mike, even though I'm not a scientist.
Okay, this is not the way I wanted this conversation to go. These are not the details I needed right now. These are not the droids I'm looking for, Matt Rooney.
You have to be careful asking me those questions. I'm going to answer them honestly. And it's not always audience safe.
But I'm marking this down. So the 19th of January, 2026, 2 years ahead more than 2 years ahead of the next presidential election. Matt Rooney says if AOC wants it, she's going to get it. She's going to win a primary, a Democrat primary.
Yeah, I mean, she's the right combination of hot and crazy that wins Democrat primaries. Also, look at who else is getting elected after winning Democrat primaries. Mikey Sherrill, Abigail Spanberger, who just took the oath of office over the weekend in Virginia and promptly made Virginia a sanctuary state. Democrats like vapid women. Everyone has a type, right? We all have that friend, Mike, that has a type, and we're not really quite sure why that's what they're into, but it's what they are. AOC is the Democrat base's type. So there's no reason to think they go in another direction. I mean, Newsom, I know everybody loves Greasy McNasty out in California, but his record is going to be tough to get beyond, right?
Well, especially if he gets the Tim Walz treatment on the fraud, which we know is existing, the fraud that Benny Johnson had it this weekend, the fraud they discovered that's related to the hospice industry appears to be gigantic in California. Tie that in with what's likely daycare, transportation, education, other issues out there. Newsom's going to have some problems, but he also has a whole bunch of people who say, doesn't matter, we like the package. These are people who buy the package, they don't buy what's inside. And that is part of what is AOC. So you said it yourself with AOC, she's got the hotness as well as the crazy, and there's something about a hot, crazy woman that a lot of guys initially would go, ooh, I could fix that. And then they get in the system and they're in big trouble.
Yeah, it's game over. So, yeah, I mean, I always like dating analogies. It probably has something to do with me being a divorce lawyer, Mike, for about 15 years. But that's what America's in danger of doing in 2028, right? They're going to be attracted to the crazy. They're going to discount the crazy. And then one day you're going to wake up, America, and all of your stuff is going to be on the front lawn. And unlike my joke with Matt DeSantis, I want to be clear with his lawyers, it was a joke. Your tires will be actually slashed. Citizens of this greatest country and God's creation. And we're going to be up the creek without a paddle. But yeah, you can take that to the bank right now. I know everybody likes to bet on election outcomes. Now, Mike, if you go over to, what is it? Is it Cowshy? Is that the website where everybody bets?
I won't. I'm not Nick Hale. I won't handicap or endorse. Yeah. I will just advocate for the team I like. My Bears lost last night, so football season ended for me 2 weeks after yours did, but, whatever. Now I'm on to tennis, and I'm rooting for young Americans like Riley Opelka, who won his match last night, and from Voorhees, New Jersey, Tommy Paul, who won his match last night. So I will advocate, I won't wager. You people, if you want betting tips, you got to get up and listen to Kale and Company, because that's where the degenerate gambler lives. On 1210 WPHT. And speaking of which, do we have to take a break? I think we're supposed to take a break here. And hopefully DeSantis will have coerced the engineering department to fix the problems, because I have some audio to play for you that just might cause bodily functions to be just set free. And all kinds of hell will break loose in your home. That's right. The word depend is going to be a noun, if all things work correct.
There's something to look forward to.
Yeah, well, I try to bring it correct, Matt Rooney.
Thank God for Zoom.
It's Mike Opelka, it's Matt Rooney, it's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Hey, this is Larry Steinhaus with Investor Schooling. Listen, I know sometimes you worry about coming to see me because you don't want to invest in real estate, because you don't want to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants. I'm going to teach you a way that you don't have to deal with toilets, trash, or tenants, or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn this, so go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com, and take a complimentary class this Thursday, and I promise you, no toilets, no trash, no tenants.
A message from Bradford White Water Heaters. How you heat your water matters, and you do have a choice. So choose efficiency, choose reliability, choose innovation. Choose a water heater that's manufactured in America using the finest components from around the world. Choose Bradford White. Still is and always will be built to be the best. So make the right choice. Ask your plumbing professional to install a Bradford White water heater in your home or business. Visit BradfordWhite.com to learn more.
Hugh Douglas here. It's playoff season. The hits get harder, the nights get colder, and the stakes, well, they get a little higher. But some things don't change, like the slow pour of Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey over ice. Jack Daniel's and playoff football go hand in hand, So make sure you pick you up a bottle at your local fine wine and good spirits stores. Try out the Tennessee Honey, Fire Apple, or the new Blackberry flavor. And don't forget classic old number 7 Black Label. Celebrate responsibly.
Let's ring in the new year by finally checking off something that actually matters. Your old videotapes and photos are fading more every year. VCRs are disappearing, and the clock is ticking to save your family's most important memories. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve your memories by converting all your videotapes, photos, and film reels into digital files. And this year, it's easier than ever.
Introducing our biggest kit yet, able to hold up to 80 videotapes or film reels or 2,000 photos. It's perfect for big collections. You can even send in old DVDs, memory cards, flip phones, or early generation iPhones.
Legacy Box is truly the easiest New Year's resolution you'll ever keep. Just fill your box and send it in. As the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos, all work is done in the U.S., and we're trusted by over 1 million families.
Start the new year right by rescuing the moments you haven't watched in years. Go to legacybox.com/radio for an incredible 55% off. That's legacybox.com/radio for 55% off.
What's up, world? It's Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP, chicken farmer, and now host of Free Range. This is a show where I go off the field and off the script. We're talking what's hot in music, film, trending news, and everything blowing up your feed. If you love football, you'll feel at home. But if you're here for the vibes, the internet deep dives, the conversation, this is your podcast. Join me every Wednesday. Follow and listen to Free Range with me, Von Miller, everywhere you get your podcasts.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by Ethos.
Apple is once again wearing the global smartphone crown thanks to strong demand for the iPhone 17 in the fourth quarter. Counterpoint Research says that Apple ended 2025 as the global smartphone sales leader, owning 20% of the market, after sales rose 10% compared to the previous year. Samsung took second place with 19% of the market, with Xiaomi coming in third and Vivo in fourth place. I'm Jason Brooks.
Earn an accredited MBA in as few as 16 months for about $21K at University of Maryland Global Campus. Explore 10 specializations, including finance, HR, cyber technology, and more. Plus, showcase the value of your MBA with a comprehensive learner record and digitally demonstrate in-demand skills and credentials to employers. No application fee if you apply by February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55. But unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Everyone needs to take care of their mental health, even running back Bijan Robinson.
When I'm on the field and feeling the pressure, I usually just take a deep breath. When I'm just breathing and seeing what's in front of me, everything just slows down. It just makes me feel great before I run the play.
Just like Bijan, we all need a strong mental game on and off the field. Make a game plan for your mental health at loveyourmindplaybook.org.
Love your mind.
Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Foundation, the Arthur M. Blank Family Foundation, and the Ad Council.
Tune in to the Crash Proof Retirement Show Saturdays at 11 a.m. to hear Joanne Small-Canella and Tracy Stillman. The Crash Proof Retirement Show, Saturday mornings at 11 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Now back to the Piazza Auto Group Studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. This is Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
A little James Hendricks to get your Dr. King Day afternoon moving. It's Mike Opelka. And I think if I squint real hard, I can see over in New Jersey, it's Matt Rooney jamming. Yeah, he's jamming.
The Joker or the thief? I'll leave it up to you which one I
am. You're a lawyer, right?
Yeah, so a little bit of both.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe, Shylock. Maybe that's
CBS
you.
News Brief.
That's right. That's right. I'm just giving clients zealous advocacy, Mike Opelka. That's all
zealous
I'm doing.
advocacy. That's a great euphemism for lawyering. That's really good.
That's what 3 years of law school gets you. Your ability to take something awful and spin it into something that smells a little less.
From awful to lawful. It's Matt Rooney.
Boom.
That's what he does. Very good.
Can I make that a billboard?
Yes, you can. This is why. What is my internet name? You know it, right, Matt?
Stunt Brian.
Stunt Brain. I don't know who Stunt Brian is. Are you dyslexic? Are you the dyslexic lawyer?
I am dyslexic because the first time that I saw it, I said to Zioli, I said, "Why is Mike Stunt Brian?" And his reaction was the same because Rich is unforgiving, right?
Yes.
He doesn't have kid gloves. He said it's stunt brain, and I said, okay. I mean, he can identify whichever way he wants to.
Well, it's like people in the movies. They have stuntmen. You know, people that come in and take the fall and do all the crazy stuff. And for 40 years in radio, I've had a company called Stunt Brains, where we think for people who can't, won't, or just don't. So I've been a brain for hire for all these years. There's a whole bunch of people that there's not a shortage of business, Matthew. Not at all.
There is not. I always say that about my profession, that if people start making good decisions, then I'm going to be out of business, right? You're essentially renting my brain for a period of time. God
never
help
going to happen. It's never. You're going to be. You are a smart man to become a lawyer. I unfortunately went into the radio business, and here I am, 40 years later. What
you
do
have
I
real
have to
skills.
show for? Yeah,
you have
sure.
real skills. I have no real skills. That's what it was. I was a politics and theology minor at the Catholic University of America. So my choices as a former altar boy were to run for Pope or to go to law school and spend more money to learn something useful I didn't get from my liberal arts education. So I don't know if that makes me a smart man.
No, Forrest, it doesn't. But here you are. And did your mother hope that you would have become a priest and then eventually maybe a cardinal and maybe get a shot at the papacy? Was that how that was working out for you?
I think she was just hoping that someone else would eventually pay for me. So she probably would have been fine with that.
Well, thank God you managed to do it yourself. That's good. We talked earlier about lowering the voting age to 16, and people were like, why would you even talk about that? Well, I mentioned it because Kamala Harris, and now that the technical people here have fixed the problems with the system, I can actually share some of the audio with you. Would you like to hear Kamala Harris talking about lowering the voting age to 16?
No, but I think it's what we need to do. You need to know who could be your Democrat nominee again.
Did you just say no? Rooney, this is an exercise in improvisation. What is the first rule of improvisation?
I don't know. I'm not a stunt brain.
It's don't deny the reality. So if I go, hey, Rooney, would you like to hear what Kamala Harris? No.
Okay. Do ask me one more time.
Hey, Matt, would you like to hear Kamala Harris talking about lowering the voting age to 16?
Sure, Mike. That sounds great. Let's go to the clip.
See, you're doing really well now. I want to give you a little pat on the back. I wish I were there in the in that safe room you're in to give you a hug. But this was Kamala Harris. But the most interesting thing to me in all of this, it sounds like she's still drunk, which she might be. But the reason why, we have to get into this, reducing the voting age to 16, the reason is just flat out crazy.
I think we should reduce voting age to 16. I'll tell you why.
Sounds like every drunk in this bar, right? Let me tell you something, mister. I'm going to tell you something, mister. And I have not been drinking any fucking fear tonight. I'll tell you, but let me tell you about the voting.
Oh, man.
So, Gen Z, their age about 13 through 27.
Gen Z. It's not Gen Z. It's Gen Z. It's like her friend Jennifer, who's from Southern Jersey, knows Matt Rooney. Gen Z, my pal Gen Z.
They've only known the climate crisis. They missed substantial parts of their education because of the pandemic. If they're in high school or college, especially in college, it is very likely that whatever they've chosen as their major for study.
Last call, people. You don't have to go home, but you definitely can't stay here. Rudy, this sounds like...
You slowed this down. You had to have slowed this down.
All right, just a touch. Just a touch.
But not much.
Little teeny bit. Yeah, okay, you caught me at my evil game. Stocker says I'm an evil genius. Here it is. Here she is speaking at full speed, at full Kamala Harris speed, which still sounds crazy.
May not result in an affordable wage. They've coined the term climate anxiety to describe fear of not only being able to buy a home, but that fear will be wiped out by extreme weather, but fear of having children. It is expected that Gen Z will have 10 to 12 jobs in their lifetime.
Now, Rooney, you're out in the free world. You've been a free-range lawyer for a while. How many jobs have you had in your lifetime?
A free-range lawyer.
Yeah.
That's true. I have not been a cage. A wokester would not have any trouble ordering me at a restaurant. Since I've graduated from law school, I've had 3 jobs, 3 different law firms. Recently started my own law firm. Shameless plug, Rooney Donahue.
4th job. What's the name of this shyster operation?
Rooney Donahue.
Rooney Donahue. Okay, a couple of nice Jewish boys put out a shingle. It's very good.
Well, with an Irish firm like that, you'd expect us to sound like Kamala Harris.
A lot of St. Patrick's Day slip and fall cases coming your way, no doubt. And Rooney Donahue, that's good. Very good.
Listen, there was no way to appreciate that the Guinness puddle was going to be there on the floor.
So Kamala Harris wants to reduce the voting age to 16 because of climate anxiety and because kids are afraid they can't afford to buy a house or have kids. And as somebody in the WootTube chat said just a few minutes ago, she almost was our president. I know a lot of people are saying, no, it's a landslide. We seriously dodged the bullet. But
yeah, we came dangerously close there. I mean, luckily for us, her liver enzyme count is higher than the amount of electoral college votes that she ultimately accrued, Mr. Opelka.
That may be the smartest joke that will be told on the show today. And I'm going to have to go to Grok to get clarification on it because I have no idea what is an unacceptable liver enzyme level.
So it's not. Yeah, I mean, you just need to know that my math works out.
So
just trust.
It's higher than 270 is her liver enzyme.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, she's going to start looking like the Orange Man pretty soon if she keeps it up. Yeah.
So roses are red, so violets are blue. Kamala's drinking, and she needs a liver too. That's our little poem for her today. All right, so that
was beautiful.
Thank you. Every now and then one works. So Kamala Harris doesn't want the voting age to be lower than 16, but it's 16 because kids in high school they just have so much climate anxiety that we have to give them something. And what would that gift be? The right to vote. Just insane. I know Nancy Pelosi's talked about it. I know a whole bunch of people have. I just don't understand why she thinks this is a winning strategy.
An alternative idea would be to give kids less anxiety, right? I mean, don't tell a bunch of 16-year-olds that their world is ending.
Are you trying to big pharma this room now? You want us to drug the kids up a little bit more?
Well, no. I mean, you wouldn't need to drug them if you didn't have leadership of the Democrat Party that was half in the bag half the time, telling the youth of this nation that, God forbid you drive your parents' SUV to prom, that you're going to kill Mother Gaia, and therefore you don't have much time to live, and therefore when you grow up, you need to not use plastic bags or have any kids because you're going to overpopulate the earth. I mean, is that the genius of the Democrat Party in a way? It's evil, Mike, but game appreciates game here, right? I mean, they make people anxious, and then they prey upon their anxiety by saying, hey, because you're freaked out and worried about all this stuff, and you're spending your lives on Ritalin or whatever else, maybe you should vote for us because we're going to solve it all for you. Creating problems that then you pretend to solve. It's a fantastic business model. It doesn't make the country any stronger. It doesn't make our culture any better. But, I mean, to your point, Kamala Harris almost got elected doing it.
I still think she believes she has a shot in 2028. I don't believe the people believe it as much as she does. She did buy a house for $8 million along the water line in California. Yeah. And after telling us that you shouldn't live near the coastlines because of the same climate anxiety she said the kids suffer from. But I still think there's a whole lot of hope on the Democrat side that they will get the first female president. I would like to think that it's going to be the GOP that would beat, and I know there's a whole bunch of people who said, don't say that. Don't say that we have Vice President Vance, we have Marco Rubio. I still think there's a shot that the GOP could come up with I know we could come up with a better candidate and a better female candidate at that. But that's for maybe a discussion for later in the show for tomorrow. Because you had what's on your list, Matt Rooney? I've been rudely commandeering the conversation here.
No, you haven't. Everyone knows you're better at this than I am, Mike Opelka. So
stop saying that because it's true.
We're right. I mean, we're all in better shape if you're the one driving the car here. But yes, the first GOP president, the first female president will be a Republican. It'll be Kai Trump, probably.
Ooh,
she's got an amazing handicap.
She's like 17 right now, right?
Yes.
And I don't think she's playing golf. I saw her she's standing with her mother, and her hand was in a cast, like she had some kind of surgery on it. So
before that, she had a handicap of, I'm looking it up right now on the interwebs, folks, 0.5.
Yeah, she's a scratch golfer. And
that's a hell of a lot better than mine.
It doesn't hurt that she's got Tiger Woods kind of coaching, along with her caddy, her mother. Kind of helps, just saying.
Hey, listen, own your privilege, right?
Maybe that's the campaign slogan, Matt Rooney. Own your privilege. Hey, America. Hey, white males. Own your privilege. And speaking, we have to talk about the protests. We didn't get into the Don Lemon story. As I said, Dom Giordano was talking about this earlier. The story of Don the Lemon, which is what we used to call him on the radio when it's back at the Blaze. He was always Don the Lemon, because that's what he made your face do when you heard him, led some protesters into a church and then is kind of denying it. Now, you were hearing, or you sent me a link before we went on the air that said it looks like he may face some charges as well as the people who invaded the church.
Yeah, I mean, that's the scuttlebutt out there. And the part that I particularly love about it is there's such a thing called the KKK Act. Yes, I'm not making this up. Yeah, it was enacted back in the 19th century. It was a Reconstruction law that was designed to combat violence and intimidation against Americans. And now the DOJ is signaling that they may be willing to employ this federal law against those that formulated and executed that attack on a church out in Minnesota, including Don Lemon. And if you've seen the video, and I know you've watched it, I think many of our listeners here on 1210 have, Mike. I mean, Don was definitely a part of this thing, right? I mean, he's talking about it. He posted video of himself before the assault on this church, praising these protesters, how they were formulating this pop-up protest, and they couldn't tell you where it was going to be beforehand, but he was going to be present for it. The next thing you know, they're terrorizing children in a house of God. So I love the fact that Don Lemon may be prosecuted under the KKK Act, caked with irony. And it also makes a point that, I don't know if you've made it, Mike, but I've made it on X. I know other people have been talking about it. These leftists, they're behaving an awful lot like Confederates. They love to behave as if, or pretend that they are, the guardians of virtue, of those that are oppressed, of those that populate minority cleavages in our population. But really, the last time this country had to deal with something like this on this scale, it was when white Democrats were trying to keep non-white Americans from voting.
Are we allowed to talk about minority cleavage?
Yes, you can.
I think we just stepped into something. But to understand the situation,
I'm a lawyer and I'm a doctor on TV, so yes, you can. Yes.
Well, I'm a doctor of divinity, so my church would exonerate me. I'm the First Church of the Second Chance. That's my church. Because, Matt Rooney, everybody deserves what?
Everyone everyone deserves a second chance.
Amen, brother. Thank you.
Yes.
To fully understand what we're talking about with Don the Lemon, cut 7, please, Justin, is critical here with Harmeet Dillon.
We will pursue charges in this case. I see various crimes that have occurred. Exactly what they are, I'm not going to flag, but the FACE Act has been mentioned as one of the predicates there. In other cases, the Biden DOJ used the Klan Act conspiracy charges tacked on to the FACE Act in the case of protests outside abortion clinics to bring much longer sentences. So there are a number of tools available to us. Who funded this? What else? What other crimes may have occurred? Was there a use of the wires or the mails in preparing for this event? Did anyone cross state lines to do this? All of those are potential predicates for additional federal charges.
I love this. I love Harmeet Dillon. And in one of his videos trying to exonerate himself, Don the Lemon keeps saying, that woman from the Justice Department, I don't remember her name, and then he butchers it. How rude are you? But the fact that they have prior usage of this by the previous administration, I hope they turn up the heat bigly on these people. We'll get back to this. There's more of this. Maybe we'll have some fun with some Don Lemon stuff. I think I have a clip from him from 2 years ago saying that white males are the most dangerous element in American society. And didn't he married a white guy? I remember he got married to a white dude. So I wonder how that's working out. It's 3:47. It's afternoons on WPHT with Opelka and Rooney at Talk Radio 1210.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/Mike.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With so much uncertainty in the world today, you may find yourself wondering, is now even the right time to retire?
So many people are waiting, and those folks are going to be waiting a really long time, I hate to say, because there's no perfect time. The market is always unpredictable and volatile.
Fortunately, Jim Cipriotti has been helping get people to, through, and beyond retirement for over 25 years. And each week, he wants to help give you that freedom to retire. Listen to Freedom to Retire with Jim Cipriotti, Saturday mornings at 9 and Sunday afternoons at 5 on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Guys, if you want the greatest night of your life, I mean your best night ever, then you gotta hear this. There's a new ED pill out, and it's from the makers of Viagra. It's their first new ED pill in over 20 years. This new super pill is called Viagra AGV, and it's unbelievable. It works super fast in only 11 minutes and lasts up to 14 hours, thanks to its new vasodynamic delivery system. Plus, it's FDA approved and safe. There has never been any ED pill like it. It's unreal what it does to you. In testing, Viagra AGV crushed every other ED pill. It destroyed them all. And now, 9 out of 10 urologists are recommending Viagra AGV over any other ED pill. Every man alive needs to try this new Viagra AGV super pill at least once. Then you'll know why men are going crazy over it. So if you want to have the most incredible night of your life, you can't miss this. Go to scoreblue.com and try it while supplies last. That's scoreblue.com.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. Attention, Pennsylvania, New Jersey home sellers. If you're over 60 and even thinking about selling in 2026, do not start too late as sellers are losing thousands of dollars before the sign ever goes up. They fix the wrong things, they guess on price, and they get blindsided at inspection. I want you to learn the 10 new rules of selling over 60 at Diane Cardano's free breakfast seminar, 9 a.m. January 31st at the Hilton Garden Inn, Fort Washington. Join me and Diane, either live or on Zoom. We'll answer questions. Should you downsize now or stay put? What are your capital gains? How to declutter 30 years of your stuff? What to fix or not fix? Should you sell as is? How do you price and market your home to sell fast? All attendees get a free copy of Diane's newest book, The Hidden Cost of Overpricing. Join us on January 31st. Get all the info. Just RSVP 215-576-8666 or go to 215-576-8666.com. I'll see you there.
When it comes to iconic snacks, there's a reason Tasty Cake has been a favorite for generations. From peanut butter candy cakes to butterscotch crimpets, Tasty Cake delivers the classics you know and love. Baked fresh and packed with flavor. Perfect for lunch, dessert, or any time in between. Look for Tasty Cake wherever snacks are sold. Tasty Cake, accept no substitutes.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
And welcome to Monday, the 19th of January. It is the eve, a year ago was the eve before the swearing in again of Donald John Trump. Tomorrow's the one-year anniversary of Trump 2.0. I was in D.C. Rooney, were you there? It's Michael Pelka, it's Matt Rooney. And look at Rooney. He's got the props. Look at that.
Got it right there. Yeah. I have to change, the holes in the back because it doesn't fit over these.
No, it looks like it fits fine.
Headphones I'm wearing.
Don't let anybody tell you any differently. It looks
This
perfect.
is how the kids would wear it, right? I got to turn it sideways a little bit, angle it, yeah.
Were you in D.C. for the inauguration?
I was there? I was there for the inauguration. I wanted to be there for it because, it's easy to forget with how judgmental we are about this administration's progress, where we were at this point in 2024. So I needed to see it. I needed to see this man, Donald Trump, take the oath of office, given everything he endured.
Where were you for the event on the 20th?
I was down there the entire weekend. I went to one of the inaugural balls, and then at the actual inaugural, you'll remember that because of weather, they actually ended up taking it indoors. So I was having an adult beverage at the Willard with a bunch of other folks.
Yep,
watching
there were a lot of people at the Willard. I was at the post swearing in, which was a sign-a-palooza, when Trump started signing executive orders, and it was just wonderful to see. We'll do more on that tomorrow. I don't want to wrap up this hour without putting a button on some of the Don Lemon crap. Don Lemon, we talked about Don Lemon possibly facing charges both from the KKK Act and the FACE Act. Now, the FACE Act has to do with people protesting outside of usually abortion clinics, correct?
That's correct. I mean, more than one American has been prosecuted over the course of the years, normally during Democrat administrations, for alleged violations of the FACE Act. President Trump pardoned some of them when he returned to the White House. So, hey, listen, turnabout is fair play, right?
That's right. I love this.
Yeah, and there's no comparison between someone standing outside of an abortion clinic in a nonviolent way, urging women to choose a different path. We're actually coming up on the pro-life march on Friday down in Washington, D.C. And what we're seeing in Minnesota, which is, call it what it is, it's an insurrection. right? I mean, I'm a lawyer. We joked about that earlier, right? We like to play with words, but sometimes the shoe fits, and that's what's happening up there in our coldest of all states.
Well, we're not done with the lawyer jokes, so there's still 2 hours left in the show, Matt. So get comfortable. But
plenty more to fit in.
Cut 8 is Don Lemon trying to explain his way out, I think.
MAGA administration and the fake news MAGAs are losing their mind over something that's not even true. So let me just make it clear, because this assistant attorney general, I don't know, what's her name? It's something Hammett, Dillon or whatever. So I had no affiliation to that organization. I didn't even know they were going to this church until we followed them there. We were there chronicling protests. Once the protest started in the church, we did an act of journalism, which was report on it and talk to the people who were involved, which included the pastor, members of the church, and members of the organization. That's it. It's called journalism. First Amendment, all that stuff. For all of you people who believe in the First Amendment, absolutist, there you go.
So here's a challenge for Don Lemon. I know we got to take a break. I would like Don Lemon to take his journalism inside a mosque. Get into the biggest mosque you can in Jersey City, New Jersey. Wear your pride hat. Walk in with your husband and announce to everybody, "Hi, I'm Don Lemon. I'm here with my husband, and we'd like to do journalism," and see how that works out for you. First hour in the books. Matt Rooney, Mike Opelka. Matt, any final words to put a button on this first hour?
I just want to be there when Don Lemon walks into the mosque.
Me too. It's called journalism.
Let us know, Don.
Journalism. Yeah, please. We'll be there. We'll be there with bells on, Dom.
Not to help. I just want to watch.
That's a little weird. We'll get into that too. 3:57. Opelka and Rooney at Talk Radio 1210.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. Are you tired of feeling worn out halfway through your workout or exhausted before the day even begins? If staying active matters to you, fuel your body with Rescue Orosine. Most people don't realize your body runs on ATP, the natural energy that powers every muscle, every heartbeat, every step. But as we age, ATP production slows down, taking stamina and endurance with it. That's where Rescue Orosine comes in. This cutting-edge formula with research-backed ingredients supports ATP production at the cellular level. You can keep moving, keep your heart pumping, and keep doing what you love every day without jitters or crashes. Just use the code MyEnergy to buy one, get one free today at res-q.com or call a Rescue Product Consultant 800-26-ALIVE. Don't miss out. Again, that's 800-262-5483 or online at res-q.com. Get your second bottle of Rescue Orosine for free. Use that code MyEnergy at checkout.
Newsmax, you like Newsmax. I like it too. Newsmax has been terrific.
President Trump is right. Millions like you are tuning into Newsmax. You're watching Newsmax on cable. You're going to our streaming channel, Newsmax 2. And you're downloading our free Newsmax app on your smartphones and TVs. Reuters Institute says we're now one of the top news brands in the nation. Every night, watch great shows with Rob Schmidt, Carl Higbie, Rob Finnerty, and more as they expose the big media lies, the Washington swamp, and they're never afraid to talk about faith, freedom, and the values that made us great. Find out why Newsmax is the fastest-growing news channel in America. Make the switch today and join our news revolution. Get Newsmax on cable, on streaming, and download the free app today. It takes just seconds to start. Let President Trump know you stand with Newsmax. It's for real news, for real people. Make the switch today.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts
experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
And to avoid hitting damaged cars and trucks.
I seen it way ahead, and I had to go out. I went off the edge. We got about 100 cars. Between Hudsonville and Zeeland, folks. Stay off the highway.
President Trump says on February 1st he will impose 10% tariffs on NATO allies that have sent military forces into Greenland. He plans to increase the tariffs to 25% on June 1st and keep them in place until the U.S. reaches a deal to acquire Greenland. CBS's Olivia Gazis.
There are few options on the table for the Europeans, but even fewer of them are good. So the most immediate impact has been a freeze within the European Parliament on the trade deal that the U.S. struck with the EU last summer. Some European officials are also pushing for additional retaliatory tariffs on over $100 billion worth of American goods as a sort of next step.
New CBS News polling shows many Americans do not approve of how ICE is conducting its operation in Minnesota. 61% say ICE is being too tough when stopping and detaining people, and more than half say the Trump administration is not focused on dangerous criminals. CBS's Ian Lee in Minneapolis.
DHS says it's made more than 3,000 arrests in the Twin Cities since Operation Metro Surge began last month. Justice Department officials are vowing to press charges against a group of protesters who disrupted a church service on Sunday. The demonstrators allege one of the pastors leads the local ICE field office.
Italian designer Valentino Garavani has died at age 93. His foundation announced his death, calling him a true source of light, creativity, and vision. Supermodel Claudia Schiffer in Paris in 95.
I think he just loves women. He loves to dress them. He loves to see them look beautiful and glamorous, but always just really extremely elegant. Valentino is an elegant person himself, so it makes sense.
This is CBS News.
Follow and listen to CBS Mornings on the go on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CODE to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
The Las Vegas Sphere may be getting a smaller cousin. CBS's Deborah Rodriguez has details.
The company behind the original Sphere, which has hosted acts from U2, Dead & Company to The Wizard of Oz, has plans to build a smaller version outside Washington, D.C. Sphere Entertainment has taken the wraps off a mini-sphere at National Harbor on the banks of the Potomac River in Maryland. The plan calls for a 6,000-seat immersive experience that would open in 2030. The new sphere would be about a third the size of the original and cost roughly $1 billion. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The historic rural palace estate of Totoi, built for the Greek former royal family, will open to the public later this year after years of renovation. The culture minister made the announcement today as a former princess was laid to rest there. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
You've got a big day,
So you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
WPHT HD WOGL HD3 Philadelphia from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Free speech lives here. The WPHT Afternoon Show.
It doesn't sound generic or anything, does it? The WPHT Afternoon Show, starring that guy and the other guy. It's Michael Pelka and Matt Rooney. How are you? Rooney, we're on the afternoon show. We're on the
afternoon show.
We talked about this. Secretly.
Yeah, this is what every little boy dreams of growing up to do. So
until he's about 13. Mike.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah, and then you develop better dreams. But for us, this is what we've got.
And this is it. Now, Rooney, I know you're a lawyer, so you're a legitimate guy. I've been in the media business for 40-some years. As a matter of fact, we were joking because, you know the John Cougar Mellencamp song, Jack and Diane?
Oh, I hate that.
Do you know how old that song is? Do you have any idea how old that song is?
I mean, at this point, probably 40 years.
43 years old.
Yeah.
40. So where are Jack and Diane now?
Probably divorced. Jack probably developed an opioid issue and has long since died. Diane, she's
divorced him, obviously. She dumped him. She had to dump him at some point, right?
Yeah, and she moved in with her sister in Minneapolis, and she's currently following ICE around the neighborhood.
She's one of the awfuls, as they're called.
Yeah, because
affluent, white, liberal, urban females, whatever they are.
Trying to deport non-citizen pedophiles. That's something that's an affront to all of our liberties. So, well, I'm sure that's how she's spending her days.
You might be right. You might be wrong. I happen to stumble. I like comedy. I love to laugh, in case you hadn't noticed. I stumbled into a comic who realized that Jack and Diane is 43 years old, so he updated it.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane. Two American seniors doing the best they can. Jackie's gonna be a football star. Now he wears a catheter, keeps his teeth in a jar.
It's pretty good, right? I'm pretty good. Then he makes the audience sing along. What about Diane?
Sucking on chili dogs outside the retirement home. Diane sitting in Jackie's lap, got her adult diapers on. Jackie kicks back to collect his thoughts for a moment, then realizes it's getting hard to collect his thoughts for a moment. Y'all's turn.
It's so sad. Jack and Diane is 43 years old. I just want to bring that to everyone's attention. We all think that we're just so young and hip, but the songs that we loved are now on the, not just the oldies station, the super old, 43 years old. That song is 43 years old. Do you want the final verse?
Let's do it.
Justin,
let's further depress ourselves.
Justin, are we going to get dinged for playing this?
Nah, we're fine.
Okay. Because, Stalker had a talk with me. He goes, whatever you do, don't play the stupid rant from Springsteen.
We got
Did you notice there was like 16 emails from Stalker today about things that we couldn't play? Did he do that for everyone or just for us?
He knows my record.
That's what it is.
So
where's problem children?
Yes, we already have 3 demerits, and the first 6 then you get a talking to. So
That's
here's
right.
the end of Jack and Diane, the 43-year updated version.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane. Dropped out of junior high, now they live in a van. They were cooking meth to feed their desire. Jackie dropped a beaker and the trailer caught on fire.
I love the way the audience sings along. It's a beautiful idea. Now I'm thinking we should probably update a lot of the old hits.
They're singing along as Jack and Diane are dying in a hypothetical meth fire.
Yeah, why not? Because it's funny.
Yeah.
And John Cougar Melonhead's still getting royalties on it. So everybody wins. America's the greatest country on the planet.
Happy
Second
250,
hour,
America.
second hour of the adventure, the afternoon adventure with our dynamic duo du jour. It's Michael Pelkin and Matt Rooney. Rooney, I looked at the headlines on a lot of the nerd sites that I peruse every day, and there was a whole lot of attention to the Davos conference. Do you give a rat's patoot about what happens in Davos?
I don't think that there is an FCC compliant way for me to express, Mike, how little I care about what happens in Davos. Yes.
Now,
that's about as much as you could say in a radio program, right?
Yeah, that's true. For those of you that don't know, the World Economic Forum meets every year in Davos, Switzerland, and it's invitation only. It's not countries. It's some countries will show up and appeal, but it's like the super rich, hyper wealthy people who fly their private jets there, and they argue about climate change and who's in control of the world. And it started today, and it's going to go all the way through, I think, to Friday. But guess who's speaking on Wednesday?
I know Trump is going. Is he speaking on Wednesday? He's speaking on Wednesday? Okay.
And the discussion, the theme was not Greenland, but suddenly it's Greenland. So after everything the president said this weekend, the topic du jour is going to be Greenland everywhere you go. And the British Prime Minister, who Trump thinks he's got control of, he made a big deal this morning talking about, we're not going to do this, we won't stand for this. And they're threatening to use a trade bazooka. And I'm using air quotes with my fingers. A trade bazooka. Did you know we had a trade bazooka?
No, I did know we had a trade bazooka. I will take the trade bazooka over the 6 dog sled teams that are defending Greenland. Hold on. I read this earlier today, Mike. Breaking news. The 6 Germans that they sent to defend Greenland, they left on a commercial flight.
I got to tell you, Rooney, you might be called out on that. The President of the United States might have to take exception to that.
You are fake news.
It was 15 German troops.
Oh,
there were 15.
Okay.
So you kind of diminished the strength of the German military. Come on.
The strength of the German military.
Yeah, but so here's the deal. In the Greenland thing, I love the way the president is negotiating this. I think he's doing a really good job on it, in my opinion. And there might be people who don't care about it. But theoretically, I think he's spot on his reasoning here. And I also think the president is doing the right thing because China and Russia, I believe, are well ahead of us in terms of what's going on in Greenland. And I think they've already made plans. They've plotted things out. And they're just waiting for the Danish people to let their guard down. Not that they're really that big of a threat. But Scott Bessent brought up a really interesting way to look at the Greenland. He was on Meet the Press yesterday with Kristen Welker.
What is the national emergency that justifies these new slate of tariffs?
The national emergency is avoiding a national emergency. That it is a strategic decision by the president. This is a geopolitical decision, and he is able to use the economic might of the U.S. to avoid a hot war. So why wouldn't we do that?
I love the way Scott Bessent works. He does it through the lens of being able to explain it to simple people like me, but also taking some pretty high concepts. He goes, look, the national emergency is avoiding a national emergency. In other words, if we're smart about this and we prevent China and or Russia from annexing Greenland and getting access to not just all the bases that are there and all the elements that are there, but we're going to prevent a national emergency from emerging. And so President Trump putting these tariffs out there will be preemptive in what's going on. Bessent explained this even further when he talked about what would happen if China and Russia did such.
President Trump strongly believes that we cannot outsource our security because, Kristen, let me tell you what will happen, and it might not be next year, might not be in 5 years, but down the road, this fight for the Arctic is real. We would keep our NATO our NATO guarantees, and if there were an attack on Greenland from Russia, from some other area, we would get dragged in. So better now, peace through strength, make it part of the United States, and there will not be a conflict because the United States right now, we are the hottest country in the world. We are the strongest country in the world. The Europeans project weakness. The U.S. projects strength.
So I follow all of his reasoning here, Rooney, and you and I didn't talk about this, but where do you stand? Do you think this is a good idea? Is it smart for us to tell Denmark that, hey, you gotta surrender Greenland one way or another? We're going to pay you for it, or we're going to sort of annex it.
Look at it this way. We are 16 miles, and by we, I mean North America, from Greenland. I think the Europeans are about 200 miles away. This is the Monroe Doctrine, right? I mean, my reaction is somewhat the same it was to some of the people who got their panties in a twist over what happened in Venezuela. This is our hemisphere. That doesn't mean that we just do whatever we want and dictate to free people who their elected leaders are, but we're not going to allow foreign adversaries, or certainly a bunch of Europeans that are presiding over a dying culture in Europe that's allowing itself to be taken over. We're not going to allow them to dictate our security. And I think that the point's been made many times, Mike, by the Trump administration in recent days. I know Stephen Miller has said it. Denmark and the European Union don't have the ability to defend Greenland, which is larger than Alaska, right? It's a significant landmass. It's critically important to defense of the Arctic and the West. And so we're just going to allow them to dither and waste this opportunity to try to get a one-up on the enemies of Western civilization. Just doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, look, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think we're on the same page on this one. President Trump, as per usual, isn't worried about what's fashionable. He doesn't care what somebody in Davos has to say about him. He's doing what he needs to do to protect us. And I love the fact that he's playing hardball with a bunch of people that don't care about us, right? I mean, do you think anybody in Denmark is losing any sleep over the security of North America? I don't think so.
Well, there was a montage I saw earlier. Perhaps we'll pull it up, of a bunch of the Danish people reacting, and there were some of the Greenlanders reacting, and they were calling Trump kind of an infant, a baby. But the New York Post has what I think should be used by President Trump extensively, and it is an expose on what Denmark's government did to its own citizens. It forcibly sterilized people for decades. They forcibly sterilized young people in Denmark for decades, putting IUDs in young girls without their permission. And they only apologized for it last year. So Denmark, I'm sorry, we can't have somebody that would forcibly sterilize young girls in charge of the safety and security of that nation. We'll make you the 51st. You know, Puerto Rico thought they were going to get it. D.C. thought, no, we're going to make you guys the 51st. We already have deals. I think we have at least 2 deals, Cold War era deals, that allow us to build as many bases as we want in Greenland. Now, we haven't, but we could. So we already have the opportunity to do it. Now, that doesn't make it right, doesn't make it necessary, but I thought it was a hot topic today, and now that we've beaten it to death, I'm going to bury it. We have to take a break. You want to join the conversation, you're welcome to 855-839-1210. It's Opelka and Matt Rooney, and we got to play some Democrats saying the darndest things. Are you in for that, Matthew?
I think we have to. I mean, it's going to hurt. Right? You probably should get some Advil, aspirin, whatever your poison is ready. But you need to know how these people's minds work.
Well,
scary as it is.
Plus, we paid for the production. We have the musical intro, so we have to do it. So let's face it, we have this.
Yes, they were actually elected, but when it's least expected, those Democrats say the darndest things.
Yes, we'll play you some Democrats saying the darndest things just around the corner on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Let's ring in the new year by finally checking off something that actually matters. Your old videotapes and photos are fading more every year. VCRs are disappearing, and the clock is ticking to save your family's most important memories. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve your memories by converting all your videotapes, photos, and film reels into digital files. And this year, it's easier than ever.
Introducing our biggest kit yet, able to hold up to 80 videotapes or film reels or 2,000 photos. It's perfect for big collections. You can even send in old DVDs, memory cards, flip phones, or early generation iPhones.
Legacy Box is truly the easiest New Year's resolution you'll ever keep. Just fill your box and send it in. As the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos, all work is done in the U.S., and we're trusted by over 1 million families.
Start the new year right by rescuing the moments you haven't watched in years. Go to legacybox.com/radio for an incredible 55% off. That's legacybox.com/radio for 55% off.
Ready to redefine your home's style? Bucks County Estate Traders offers a breathtaking collection of furniture to suit every taste. From timeless antiques to chic modern designs, discover thousands of meticulously cared for pieces, each one inspected for quality. Explore their ever-changing inventory, featuring styles from classic Victorian to sleek contemporary and charming coastal. And with their expert team often reupholstering finds, you're sure to discover unique treasures ready to make a statement in your home. Visit BucksCountyEstateTraders.com or their showroom in Hatfield today.
Bet 365-365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. TNC Supply.
Let's ring in the new year by finally checking off something that actually matters. Your old videotapes and photos are fading more every year. VCRs are disappearing, and the clock is ticking to save your family's most important memories. Hi, I'm Adam Baselogger.
And I'm Nick Mako. We started Legacy Box to help you preserve your memories by converting all your videotapes, photos, and film reels into digital files. And this year, it's easier than ever.
Introducing our biggest kit yet, able to hold up to 80 videotapes or film reels or 2,000 photos. It's perfect for big collections. You can even send in old DVDs, memory cards, flip phones, or early generation iPhones.
Legacy Box is truly the easiest New Year's resolution you'll ever keep. Just fill your box and send it in. As the world's largest digitizer of home movies and photos, all work is done in the U.S., and we're trusted by over 1 million families.
Start the new year right by rescuing the moments you haven't watched in years. Go to legacybox.com/radio for an incredible 55% off. That's legacybox.com/radio for 55% off.
Time now for today's Spotlight on Tech, sponsored by University of Maryland Global Campus.
Apple is once again wearing the global smartphone crown thanks to strong demand for the iPhone 17 in the fourth quarter. Counterpoint Research says that Apple ended 2025 as the global smartphone sales leader, owning 20% of the market, after sales rose 10% compared to the previous year. Samsung took second place with 19% of the market, with Xiaomi coming in third and Vivo in fourth place. I'm Jason Brooks.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start February 11th. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes while giving you a head start on 2026. Earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Paramount Plus is the new home of UFC, and we're coming out swinging with UFC 324.
Oh, what a shot!
And 325. On back-to-back weekends, the new era is here.
Time!
Every fight,
bam!
Let's go.
One subscription.
Oh my goodness!
Pay-per-view just got knocked out.
Let's go.
Back-to-back blockbuster UFC events this month only on Paramount Plus.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, newnordicusa.com, or your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Broadcasting live from the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios.
Powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
It is 4:26 on this Monday. Mike Opelka, Matt Rooney with you. Afternoons on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. We just talked about how old Jack and Diane was. How old is that song? How old is Aerosmith's Sweet Emotion? Somebody's got to know. Somebody? Anybody?
I'm cheating and I'm Googling.
You're putting it in the Google machine?
I'm putting it in the Google machine. Because why think when you don't have to?
It's older than Jack and Diane.
No.
Yes. These kids today, they don't know what good music is. They have no idea.
1975.
1975. Were you even around, Matt Rooney?
Well, I'm trying to think before I answer that how kind I want to be with you, my friend Mike.
No, I was graduating high school.
Yeah,
Let's be honest. I'm old. I know it.
I was born in 1984.
Oh, I hope your toes grow together. I seriously do. Just because from now on you'll swim better, which is good because you're like a Jersey Shore guy. But but every time you take your shoes off at the beach, people are going to look down and go, huh?
That's right.
The guy on the radio cursed me. 1984? So
I'm
you're
I'm
Orwell.
41 years old.
Were your parents going to call you Orwell?
They thought about it, yes. And they probably should have, given the world that I've grown up in since I was born. Well, I mean, I was born in the morning in America, right? I mean, that was the end of Reagan's.
Well, yes, that Matt Rooney was born, and we gave him a cookie, and he's here on the radio.
Yeah, well, Mike, yes. It
Was
all downhill from there, essentially. I was born and then boop.
Well, no. For what I believe, we're back on track. We're coming back. But yeah, that's amazing. 1975. We have a caller checking in. It's who is it from Jersey calling in? Justin, Frank in Burlington. Hey, Frank, welcome.
Hey guys, thanks. I love your show. This whole thing with Greenland, it worries me only because. I love everything that Trump has been doing on the domestic front, but I think it's really kind of like bad form if you're using kind of like a thug diplomacy against your friends and allies in NATO. I just think there can be a different way. And I'm just wondering, why do we have to own the land? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't be against us, like, increasing our military presence there. And I just get the feeling it's really not just about protecting our hemisphere. I think it's about getting a hold of the rare earth minerals. And and you know what worries me too? Anyone on the fence sees him like kind of doing this on the world scene, and we've got the midterms coming up. And I'm telling you, I really think this is going to put us in a bad position, man. Because everything he's done that's been so great will be reversed as soon as we lose the midterms.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things when we play Democrats say the darndest things. We're going to talk about the midterms, but the midterms, while they look pretty glum right now, 10 months is an eternity in politics, It's several lifetimes. And you've done a lot in Jersey politics, Matt. Things can turn around pretty quickly, can't they?
Oh, certainly. And look, I understand what my fellow New Jerseyan Frank is saying, but this is where we're supposed to intervene. We're supposed to help educate our fellow Americans. We can't leave everything to Donald Trump, right? He's already done quite a bit, including getting shot at multiple times for our sake. And we should start, for example, by reminding people that just about every American president going back to the 19th century has attempted to purchase Greenland. Seward, who was Lincoln's Secretary of State, he's the one that purchased Alaska. They mocked him, by the way, Mike. They said that it was Seward's ice chest, that it was a complete waste of money. He also tried to buy Greenland. So we have to be careful to guard against the fact that even though that we are cognizant of the fact that the media is constantly trying to distort your mind, right? We're still not immune to it. They're really good at their job, even though we should expect it coming. Don't buy into these bad premises that they're constantly pushing on us. Donald Trump isn't doing anything aberrant. He isn't doing anything strange. If anything, he's more effective in trying to accomplish what prior American administrations have paid lip service to, but have fallen short of accomplishing. I mean, immigration, right, Mike Opelka? I mean,
yes.
We have clips of Obama and Clinton talking about the importance of securing our border. Trump is the first one to succeed at it. So I get it. I understand the midterm anxiety. If we lose in November, we're going to be talking about nothing but impeachment for the next 2 years. But why not do your part to try to blow up the bad premise that will lead us to that sad outcome?
Hey, Frank, would it make you feel more comfortable if the president made an address and said, here's Greenland, here's why I think it's important, and then he had Scott Bessent and Secretary of State Rubio explain why this needs to happen? Do you think that would be the smart way to go?
No, it's not that. I just think no, I don't think it's that at all. I think it's, as you were saying before, historically, of course, we've had other presidents that wanted Greenland, but you don't give an option that basically says if you don't do what we say, we're going to have a presence of military there, almost like an intervention, not with your allies. I really think that's bad, bad form. We
already have permission to be there. We have a base there now. We have, since the middle of the Cold War, we had an agreement to have, I think, as many as 47 bases in Greenland. So we have the right to anchor ships there. We have the right to build air bases there. It already exists. We've got the deals in place. So this is really just saying, instead of you guys having us there on your property, wouldn't you rather be part of the greatest, most powerful nation on the planet? And I think if you make that pitch, I think there's a chance.
Maybe. And I guess my question to you, though, is ownership of the land that important? We could probably do whatever we wanted without imposing this, it's either my way or the highway kind of thing. That's the only thing I get kind of worried about. I don't know. They're friends. We got to treat them like friends. That's all. That's the only thing. I mean,
isn't that Donald Trump's point, though, Frank, that for years we've been engaged in this massive charity operation where we've been providing security for our friends who really in many ways are more like leeches, right? I mean, going back to when we rebuilt Europe after World War II, it's been very much a one-way street. So finally, in President Trump, we have realpolitik, right? We have a pragmatist who says, yeah, you know what? We've got a friend, Europe, that's promised to guard our backdoor Greenland. They ain't doing it. So we would rather take over and actually benefit from it, which, by the way, again, Greenland is 16 miles from North America. It's about 200 miles from Europe. So I understand your point. I don't want to put words in the great Mike Opelka's mouth. I think he understands your point as well.
I do.
But you got to deprogram here a little bit. I hope you're not offended by me saying that.
Frank, we're the guy that walked into the bar every day and we started paying for everybody's drinks and everybody got used to it. And then when we finally woke up and said, hey, any of you guys want to buy a round? You all suddenly decided you didn't like us. We We,
Right.
the United
right.
States of America, give the NATO $980 billion a year. And their total budget is $1.5 trillion. So we're more than 2/3 of what NATO is getting in terms of money. The rest of the world, the rest of the NATO nations, not the whole world, are kick in the rest. So the UK, who's bitching, as a matter of fact, Keir Starmer threw out the first bitch at at the World Economic Forum this morning. He was the guy up there leading the charge. They often send $80 billion. That's it. We send over 10 times what they send. And they're telling us, you can't do this. No.
The same country that's currently locking up grandmothers for memes. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, they arrested an Irish teacher today because he wouldn't use they, them pronouns. But listen, I understand what you're saying. And Frank, your feelings are not unique. There are a lot of people that say, I voted for Trump, but I want him to be a little more statesmanlike. Well, did you watch The Apprentice? Did you watch the first term? Have you been around? That's not the guy you hired. We hired the guy to do this. Let him do his job. I'm just saying.
Let's be honest. Nobody's going to agree with him 100% on everything, you know? So it's
right.
Like, you know, we can't be indoctrinated one way or the other. So anyway, I thank you for your time, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Boy, Frank's getting a little heat in the WooTube chat, too.
Hey,
It's
well, listen,
nice
the WooTube chat is a brutal place to operate. You know, we
I
love them.
I like it.
But they're they're fantastic, but they're brutal. They're fantastic in their brutality.
It's the PHT clubhouse. Let's face it. If we actually, and now this is one of the things. There's a story out today about how we as a people are getting more and more isolated from each other. We're not hanging out with as many people. It's ruining movies. It's ruining everything. The YouTube chat, WootTube, if you will, today and maybe tomorrow. That's a nice community, and I really wish one day we could have Fridays, these shows be live from one location, kind of like Politics in a Pint, where we have a live WootTube channel right there with the audience with us, because I think it'd be good for everybody to get together. I always tell people you need a posse, and I'm lucky enough that I have a golf posse that I get together with almost every week, even in snowy weeks like this. And it's really important that we don't lose touch with each other. Otherwise, we'll end up like the crazy people in Minnesota, the real crazy people. Matt, did you see what happened at the Target store in Minnesota?
I think that you're right about Minnesota, though, right? It's very cold, right?
Yeah.
So they spend a lot of time indoors, a lot of time in isolation, and it's clearly not good for your brain. That's what we're learning. So so they occupy a church, right?
Yeah.
Which is where we worship. And now they're occupying a Target where most of my wife's friends worship. It's a secular church of a kind. I mean, if every purchase made at Target got you stock in that company, I would be a gazillionaire right now.
Wow.
We wouldn't need to be hanging out here on 1210, right? Asking soccer for a paycheck, right? Actually, you know, I could probably have a private island. I'm getting a little bit frustrated, Mike, to be honest with you, with the narrative coming out of Minnesota, because I get it. The media lies. They're not committed to the truth and honest reporting. They're committed to advancing the leftist narrative. But let's take a step back for a moment. We're occupying Targets. We're crashing church services. We're standing on our lawns out there with AK-47s, all protesting a Karen that, according to the latest reports, caused internal injuries to an ICE officer. I mean, what are we doing? I mean, this is a level of cultural insanity, mass cultural insanity, that I don't think we've seen anywhere in the world in decades, at least not in the Western modern world.
No, I have no memory of this happening before. And as I said, I grew up as a kid in Chicago, and I was old enough to understand what was going on in 1968 at the Democratic National Convention when the yippies and the hippies were out there. But it wasn't a bunch of middle-aged women with purple hair from the suburbs who were protesting. No, it was a bunch of stoned young people who were trying to keep their butts from going to Vietnam, and they didn't want to go there. But this is just crazy. Let's go to Target in St. Paul, Minnesota, same town, real close to Minneapolis, of course. They are twin cities. The Target store where a bunch of church people, apparently they were tired of getting run out of the church, but they went to Target and had a sit-in with singing.
We are one. We won't stop fighting. We won't stop fighting. Till ice is gone. Till ice is gone.
We won't stop fighting till ice is gone. And they always have the one person who's got the shirt and the hat and the drum. And they got the little drum that she said, we won't stop. At least they didn't do, hey, hey, ho, ho, ice has got to go. But these are people that say they're from a church, and they're occupying Target stores. Why? What is Target going to do? Are you saying that
it's performative? It's performative, right? I mean, they've seen too many movies, and they think that they're Avengers.
Does Target control ICE? That's what I'd be asking. You idiots. You idiots. Do you think Target controls ICE? No, they don't. At least the last time I checked, they don't. This is one of the crazier things that I'd seen. Target, ICE, no.
Yeah. It's dangerous, too, because you mentioned the 1960s, which we've already established that Mike Opelka is much, much older than I am.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
lot older. But, talking to people like my parents that were here in the 60s, what they always remark is that, we didn't hate each other in the 60s. We disagreed, right? There were some strong disagreements, particularly about the Vietnam War. But your average American wasn't happy that, one American was running over another with a car at the scene of a law enforcement investigation. No. That seems to be what's changed. And for those of us that pay attention to history and are deprogrammed, I always forget, are we red-pilled or are we blue-pilled? We're red-pilled,
no,
right?
I heard we're black-pilled now. I heard there's a whole group of people that are black-pilled now. And what are you going to do for the colorblind people? They're going to be taking the wrong pill.
Yeah, so we're not only being probably racist, but also, insulting people that are colorblind. So you just can't win. But that's the part about this that is so scary. I mean, I being a Camden County lawyer, I'm in a blue state, right, Mike? Like, I've had these conversations with liberal friends. I mean, my views. Do you think I deserve to die? And they immediately clam up. You can almost hear their sphincter tighten. Because when you're confronted with that, how do you answer it? But that's where we're at.
Well, I've said this before, and I guess people know. I live in a small enclave in Delaware, and it's a tiny little community of artists, writers, anarchists, and socialists. You wouldn't have to take your mittens off to count the number of people that voted for Trump in my town. Yes. And yet they all know what I do. Yeah. But no one ever has confronted me, thank God. But when I go to the town Facebook page, they all talk about, we saw 3 vans drive through the village today. Do you think they're ICE? We have our whistles. And I'm thinking, really? You're going to go and blow whistles? And it's just, it is crazy. But when did this happen? Does anybody, I'm looking at the YouTube chat. Does anybody think they know when this pivot happened? Because I'm a firm believer in recognizing shifts and pivot points in our history. And I do think the 68 Democratic National Convention, which was also part of that summer where we had the 4 students shot dead in Ohio, and we had protests that turned violent. But when did we get to this point now where the awfuls, the affluent white female, liberal, urban, whatever it is, it spells out awful. I think Greg Gutfeld came up with the acronym. New York Times had a piece on it today. When did the awful surface? When did they take control? Was it George Floyd? Was that the pivot point? When did it happen, Matt? Does any date stick with you? Anyone out there think they know when? 855-839-1210. What do you think, Ben?
It was gradual. They graduated from college. Obviously, a lot of indoctrination happened in college. And then they came home and they were part of the social media generation. And it's not strictly chronological, right? Because you've got some younger millennials, Gen Z women that have been caught up in this, but you also have a lot of older women that should know better. They have enough years to have purchased a little sense at this point. And as these things happened, George Floyd, now we've got the issue with Renee, who was no good in Minnesota. And because you can now sequester yourself, Mike, at least this is my opinion, in these ideological rabbit holes online, you no longer have exposure to other people to challenge your narrative. So you've got people that are already a little indoctrinated that are now sequestered, and they're not being exposed to the oxygen that is opposing opinions. And what is the end result? Radicalization. That's what you have. I mean, whether or not your name is Akbar and you're strapping a bomb to your chest and flying yourself into a building to get 72 virgins, or whether your name is Renee and you think somehow you're saving the world by running over an ICE agent who's trying to deport pedophiles. It's the same thing. It's radicalization. You are now at a point where your senses have been overloaded. Your sense is now gone, and you're a danger to not just yourself, but everyone around you. And how do you fix that? I have no clue. If I had that answer, we'd be a lot better off.
I might have a clue. Maybe you create a Broadway show and you open up with the big production number entitled, "We Gotta Protest Something." Sing along.
We gotta protest something, which is better than doing nothing. I hate my life, you see, so I made this all about me. So I'll just protest something. Hand me a pre-printed sign so I can scream and whine, 'cause I got to protest something.
Meet me in the street and we'll block cars.
Now I'm on all the channels and baby, I'm a star. Is that a Minnesota reference?
No.
We gotta protest something, which is better than doing nothing. In God we do not trust, so we're kicking up a fuss. So we'll just protest something. What do we want? Something. When do we want it? We're not sure. Something. When do we want it? Because we're bored. And we hate ourselves. Why do we want it? Because we're bored.
I think that's the answer. I think they're bored. They don't have a faith base, and so their lives are empty. And if you have a thought, 855-839-1210. It's Opelka and Rooney, Talk Radio 1210, WPHT.
When you need to know, depend on KYW News Radio 1039 FM.
Volunteers at Temple University giving back at the largest MLK Day celebration in the country. Philadelphia City Council returns from their winter break this week. They're expected to pass more changes to Mayor Parker's affordable housing plan. And the U.S. Coast Guard saved a group of boaters from a sinking vessel off the Jersey Shore.
Get the latest anytime on KYW News Radio. Now on Crystal Clear 103.9 FM.
You've never needed us more.
Announcing that gold has surpassed $4,600 an ounce last week, and silver is at an all-time high as well. If you need cash to help pay those holiday bills, then you must go to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 4 locations this week: Chestnut Hill, Media, St. David's, and Doylestown. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure, just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow, Monday through Friday at the Chestnut Hill Hotel, in Media at the Hampton Inn, St. David's at the Radnor Hotel, and Monday through Thursday at the Doylestown Inn. Get some cash in your hands today to help pay those holiday bills at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, visit estatesroadshow.com.
This is the energy of the Acura RDX. The energy of performance and adventure. With super handling all-wheel drive. The Acura RDX. This is the energy of innovation. Acura. Precision crafted performance.
Visit Piazza Acura of Ardmore, Reading, or Westchester for a test drive today.
Hi, Dawn Stensland here. Look around your home right now, especially the kitchen and the bathrooms. Obviously, you use them every day. Think about a refresh. And that's where my friends at Kitchen Magic come in. They're family-owned, crafting high-quality American-made kitchens and baths, and they make the process so simple from start to finish. Right now, you enjoy 30% off kitchen cabinet refacing, 50% off bathroom installations. Start the new year with a home that looks better and works better for you. KitchenMagic.com. Do it today. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Listen up, football fan. Ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. PNC Supply. And app only.
Announcing that gold has surpassed $4,600 an ounce last week, and silver is at an all-time high as well. If you need cash to help pay those holiday bills, then you must go to the Estates Roadshow. Gold and silver, old rings, chains, and even broken jewelry. Don't wait. Cash in while gold and silver are hot. 4 locations this week: Chestnut Hill, Media, St. David's, and Doylestown. Bring your gold, silver, coins, diamonds, and watches, even broken pieces, and get cash on the spot. The prices of gold and silver are at an all-time high, so there's never been a better time to sell. No appointments, no fees, no pressure, just friendly professional buyers with over 35 years in the business. Go to the Estates Roadshow, Monday through Friday at the Chestnut Hill Hotel, in Media at the Hampton Inn, St. David's at the Radnor Hotel, and Monday through Thursday at the Doylestown Inn. Get some cash in your hands today to help pay those holiday bills at the Estates Roadshow. For more info, visit estatesroadshow.com.
Do you know your numbers? What numbers? Your heart health numbers, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your blood sugar, and your body mass index. They're important, so ask your doctor. Learn your numbers, and if something doesn't seem right with them, see a Deborah specialist at one of our offices throughout South Jersey. After all, when it's your heart, you don't take chances. Find a specialist near you at demanddeborah.org.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? Do it today at 1210 WPHT. WPHT.
I don't know about you, but I cannot hear that song without hearing the parody. I always hear "There's a bathroom on the right," and not "There's a bad moon on the rise." It sticks in my head. So
sometimes you need a bathroom because there's a bad moon.
Maybe, but there's a bathroom on the right. That's all, it always sticks in my head. So Pelka, it's Rooney. It's the wrapping up the second hour of today's adventure in the afternoons here on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. We said we'd get you some of the Democrats saying the darndest things, but the phones have been smoking hot today. So let's talk to another Matt in is it Havertown? Hey Matt, welcome.
Hey guys, can you hear me all right?
Oh yeah, coming inside.
We can.
All right, hey, I'm real disheartened to hear your take on the Donald Trump Greenland thing. I know that we want to support our president, and this is not a question about national security. I mean, the logic and reasoning that Trump is using about threatening to declare economic warfare on other countries that don't agree with his geopolitical opinion is right out of the Putin, Saddam Hussein playbook. The reasoning that he's deploying here is the same reasoning Putin used to go into the Ukraine. Same reasoning.
Hold on, Matt. Hold on, Matt. Matt, hold on. I appreciate you're wanting to go there, but Greenland was never part of America. Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union. Putin's main reason for going back into Ukraine is he wants to get the band back together. So your argument fails right there. Greenland was never part of the United States, my friend. Sorry, that's a fail.
I'm aware of that, but the logic that Putin has used to emphasize that Ukraine is for Russia's protection, they need a buffer zone, therefore he needs to control that, in order if NATO comes in and messes with him. The same exact logic is what Trump's using about Greenland. I'm just surprised that we all love America. I mean, we stand for the flag, we salute. This is not the America we lived in. And I'm not claiming the Democrats. This isn't the Democrats. I've never had a president in my lifetime.
Were you Matt, were you not listening earlier when Matt Rooney laid out the previous administrations, the previous Americans who presided over the purchase of other lands? Guam wasn't part of this country. Alaska, Louisiana.
Matt Rooney. I'm a history teacher. He did that without any context. Russia sold us Alaska because they needed money, because they were at war. There was no threats of tariff wars if other countries didn't agree with our wanting to purchase it. It's just flawed.
Well, you're comparing apples and oranges and purchases.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
What about in 1946? Right? I mean, we're talking about the 19th century and Seward and the purchase of Alaska from Russia. What about 1946?
What about
when we tried to purchase it?
Great.
You're conflating things too. The last I checked,
Putin, economic warfare. We didn't declare economic
but see,
warfare
even that,
on countries that wouldn't support us.
But see, listen, hold on. You're hurting my brain. And not because what you're saying is particularly intelligent. What is economic warfare, right? Vladimir Putin invaded. No, hold on. Slow up, and you might actually learn something. Do you see how large my head is? I have trouble wearing hats.
You have no clue. You are a
mute him, please.
Listen.
You don't get to play the loser card.
How much would you love to be in his classroom, Mike?
Well, here's a history teacher who's probably making the argument against the Second Amendment because machine guns, guess what? They weren't around then. So the internet and these kinds of negotiations and trade deals, we're up against the clock. I could put him, take him apart easily, but he started calling you a loser. And that's where I draw the line, Mr. History Teacher.
Right, which I am a loser, but not for the reason he was saying. I happen to be factually correct there.
I want to be the biggest loser. I'm the biggest loser.
That's right. I'm down 5 pounds since Christmas, so I'm on my way.
Okay. Nick Hale's ahead of you. He's crushing.
He is.
He is. All right, we got to take a break. Matt and I are going to argue over who's the biggest loser. We'll be back for the third hour of the afternoon show on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-549-1238 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-549-1238. That's 800-549-1238. What do you have to lose? Call 800-549-1238. Again, 800-549-1238.
It's a new year, and there's no better time to invest in your smile than right now. It's 2026, and this is the year that you want healthier teeth, greater confidence, and care you can trust. So make your appointment now with Dr. Mike Veneria at Veneria Dental. With Dr. Mike, it's not about cost, it's about care. His compassion and commitment to your health is his top priority, and I should know he's my dentist. And for over 12 years, Dr. Mike has been recognized by his peers as a master of complex dental surgery and procedures. He treats other doctors. He's the guy the experts call the expert in handling complex dental surgeries and procedures. So, my entire family goes to Dr. Mike, and when it comes to your health, you don't cut corners. That's why it's so important. You go to the best and only the best. with 2 offices to serve you in Cinnaminson and Woodbury. Make your appointment to get your free dental implant consultation today. If you've already had an estimate, get a second opinion. It's worth doing. This is your smile we're talking about. VeneriaDental.com, VANARIA, VeneriaDental.com.
Hi, this is Larry Steinhaus, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137.
Listen up, football fans. You ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. TNC Supply. And app only.
In Minnesota cannot detain or tear gas peaceful protesters who are not obstructing authorities, including if they are observing agents. Government attorneys have argued that the officers are acting within their legal authority to enforce immigration laws and protect themselves. Loyola Law professor Lori Levinson.
The order says very clearly that the ICE agents cannot stop or detain drivers and passengers in vehicles where there's no reasonable articulable suspicion to do so.
Communities across the U.S. have held parades, including in Los Angeles and Washington, D.C. There have also been panel discussions and service projects in honor of the 40th anniversary of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Some have used the holiday to honor MLK Jr., but also speak out about the government's immigration crackdown. The band Green Day will open the 60th Super Bowl with the anniversary ceremony celebrating generations of MVPs. This is CBS News.
Welcome to Duke's Mayo Country, where the mayo is so smooth and creamy, it makes every bite better. Duke's Mayo. Look for the yellow lid.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CODE to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code CODE for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
Tennessee's governor declares today Dolly Parton Day in that state as the icon is 80 years old today. CBS's Matt Wolf on her legacy.
Lainey Wilson at the Grand Ole Opry during Dolly Parton's birthday celebration over the weekend. The Queen of Country not in attendance due to ongoing health concerns, but at 80, she holds 11 Guinness World Records, including most studio albums by a female country artist. She's also got over 100 million records sold in her 6 decades behind the mic. She's also deeply involved in her charity works, including the Dolly Foundation and her Imagination Library, providing books to children all over the world. Matt Wolf, CBS News.
If you can withstand sub-zero temperatures in northern parts of Wisconsin and all the way down into central Illinois, you might be able to catch a glimpse of the northern lights tonight. A rare severe geomagnetic storm watch has been issued by the National Weather Service. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
You've got a big day,
So you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
Can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
Boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
WPHT, HD, WOGL, HD3, Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the Power of One with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Now, The Drive at 5. 30 minutes of nonstop talk from Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
It is 5:06 on a Monday. Mike Opelka, Matt Rooney with you on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT. Rooney, what are you doing after the Zioli show tonight?
What am I doing after the Zioli show?
Yeah, because he's after us, you know.
Yes, you have to listen to Rich, and then I will probably go outside and make some snow angels with the kids. That's my guess. Have a little bit of a snowball fight. There's not a lot of snow, but they don't get as much snow as they used to when we were kiddos, like Opelka. So
I forgot.
Even if it's just a couple
you
inches.
Were so normal.
Yes.
Like, okay, what are you doing? It's like, well, you know, I know there's a national football championship, college championship on tonight, and
I went to a Division III school, so to me, college football is, you know.
I went to a school that when you say, people go, "Did you guys have athletics?"
That's right.
No, I went to Trinity University. Our only scholarships were in tennis and skeet.
Trinity University down in Texas, right?
San Antonio, Texas.
San Antonio, okay, all right.
Harvard of Texas.
I went to
Not
Catholic
really.
University down in Washington, D.C., where you went if you got waitlisted at Georgetown.
Hey, hold on. My wife went to Catholic. My wife is a Catholic U grad. She's the smartest person I know.
Hey, get out of here.
No, she is.
Is she really?
Trust me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, there's lots of wonderful people that went there. I went there. My law partner, Mike Donahue, who's on our station all the time, he went there. Just because you were waitlisted doesn't mean that you're not a person of quality.
No, Emmy Award-winning soap opera writer, has 5 plays published and playing around this beautiful country. But we have other fish to fry, and we'll have plenty of time.
We do.
To unveil more of our life secrets tomorrow. The phones have been blowing up. Aside from Matt, the history teacher, who joined us to discuss where he thinks we're wrong about Greenland.
He let the mask slip pretty quick, didn't he?
Yeah.
He wanted to sound reasonable, but he couldn't disguise his true self for too long.
I can't imagine being in his class and challenging him, and how quickly it's just going to descend to madness. But
yes,
whatever. Hopefully, Matt, you'll actually have a conversation, not a yell-versation. But let's talk to Paul in Bucks, because I think Paul in Bucks has a take on this as well. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hi. Hi, Michael. Thank you so much for taking my call. As far as just a quick comment, I love your little play thing there. I guess that was brought to you by George Soros, huh? That's who's going to produce it?
Well, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, if we can make money on it, we produce. We're going to protest something. Why not?
Absolutely. George Soros has been making tons of money on the NGOs and whatnot. Anyway, as far as your previous caller brought up some interesting points. One is that having been to Greenland at least 50 times, I'm very familiar with how important it is for our defense. There's a huge line of radar sites way up north, and they're the first line. They're over the radar, over the horizon radars. And as soon as Russia launches a missile, they're able to see it and track it and intercept it because of that. The fact that now we're going to hypersonic missiles makes it even more critical.
Yes.
So it is an absolutely critical part of defense of the United States. Missiles coming from Russia would go over Greenland to go to New York, Washington, Chicago, Atlanta, whatever you want. But my other point was that why it's being brought up now is Denmark is not a very wealthy. I mean, it's a wealthy country, but it doesn't have much an ability to develop its natural resources. Greenland has a lot of oil, and Europe has been buying their oil from Russia, which has enabled them to start the war in Ukraine. Had they developed the oil off of Greenland, they wouldn't have had to have gone to Russia to get the oil. And I think that's what's so perturbing to Trump and anybody that's familiar with all this. I mean, and not just oil. Oil happens to be Russia's greatest revenue resource, but I mean, there's other rare earth minerals and whatnot that are critical. The other thing is that I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say you're spot on. Everything you're saying makes good sense,
Yes.
and it's all. Donald Trump is capable of looking at any situation, and he's particularly good in property. He can look at a piece of real estate and say, I can see so many different possibilities here. Remember, one of the reasons that I think we've had relatively peaceful times in North Korea is that President Trump sent that video to them saying, do you guys realize what you could have? This place would be a gold mine to develop a vacation area here. And I think by showing people what they can become instead of what they have become, you open up possibilities. And I think that's kind of what we're seeing with the story of Greenland.
Yes, and it's very strategically located. The other thing, too, is that the shortest route for trade between Asia and the United States and Europe is over close to the North Pole, would be between Greenland and Canada, would take us right there. And I mean, China, Russia, they want to be able to control that area. And now that the ships are getting bigger and the Panama Canal has had problems, I mean, it becomes even more important to have an alternative short route to get between Asia and for trade between Asia and the East Coast of the United States and Europe.
So you're pro. You believe the president's going the right direction on this?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate your clarity on it, and I think you're right. I just think a lot of the people that are saying no they default to no because of Trump derangement syndrome, and that's sad to me.
I agree.
I think Paul should teach Matt's history class. I don't know where he teaches, assuming he really does, but I need you to get an application in.
I think he does.
Oh, sure.
Good job, Paul. Good job, Paul.
I wouldn't yell and speak. That's for sure.
I probably would. Rooney wouldn't, but I would.
I mean, the part that ticks me off, too, is Matt in Hebrew means gift from God, which we know that I am, but the other Matt did not live up to that today, and that's extremely disappointing.
I'm going to go Hebrew on you right now. Oy. Just saying. Thank you, Paul. Take care, brother. One of my favorite callers is on the line. I'm sure she's called your show, too, in the past. Matt, do you know Terry from Moorestown?
Yes, absolutely. It's been a while since I've been pre-recording, but yes.
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I've never talked to Rooney, but hey, buddy, how are you?
It's been a long time, but we're not too far from each other because you're on my side of the river.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Now, I have a couple things to ask both of you. First of all, my dear friend Mike, 1975 was a wonderful year. I also graduated that year.
Giddy up.
Yeah. But anyway, so, yes, it was a good year. And I think our brains are history books. Look what we lived through. It's not in a book, it's in our brain. All the stuff that happened in the 60s, it was a bad decade, but we went to the moon. And a lot of kids went to Yowzer's farm, right? Is that the name of the farm?
Yasker, Max Yasker's farm.
There
Woodstock.
you go. So our brains are holding a lot, so it's a good thing. Now, Rooney, that person, quote unquote, that you talked to a couple people ago called you a loser. No.
Wasn't
no,
much of a conversation, but we technically talked to each other.
But I have a question for you. 5 pounds already since Christmas, so tell me your secret.
Tell me the secret. All right, so I will disclose.
What are you
this
not
to you.
eating, or what are you doing? Are you just exercising more, or what?
So what I am doing is I'm standing more. I'm standing when I eat my breakfast. I'm standing at the office. I have a standing desk now.
Oh, yeah.
Which the whole idea of it sounded kind of medieval. I've been intermittent fasting, so I've been skipping breakfast.
Yeah, that's good. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Are you
Stay away from the grains too.
That's the only thing that's ever worked for me. I have one of those Pelotons that I primarily use to hang clothes.
That's wonderful. Okay, that's great. That'll do it.
It doesn't for me though. It's just intermittent fasting, starving myself. That's all that works.
Are you,
Yeah,
Rooney? Are you
yeah.
standing now? Are you
I
standing?
am
right
not.
Now?
I
Okay,
am not.
I'm at a standing desk, and I can prove it to you because I have the
Really?
controls right here. I can lower the desk. You can see the camera going down.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing the standing thing because it has helped. And not to get on the weight loss bandwagon here, but since October, I'm down 20 pounds.
Whoa.
That's wonderful.
And
Good.
I did notice it in your face. Your face is, you don't have that Ozempic face, right?
No,
you
I
don't look
don't,
like
but-
somebody's been keeping you in a cage.
it's
Yeah,
all-
don't do that. That's dangerous. They'll come back in 10 years saying it causes cancer or something, you know? It
Yeah,
seems like
it's-
they'll figure out something in 10 years.
I'm a big fan of what Rooney's talking about here, and that is not necessarily intermittent fasting. I don't eat after 8 o'clock at night. And,
I don't either.
This is
I eat
gonna-
only one meal a day.
This is
you know?
sacrilege.
It's not like we build a log cabin anymore.
No.
I mean, we're so spoiled in this country, and people don't even realize it. Remote control for this, and things are taking us. We don't do anything anymore like our forefathers did. So.
But that is what killed me for the longest time, eating after 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Very bad, right? Because especially I've got a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. Right, so the kids go down, then you finally eat something, and it just sits in there all night, and you're not moving. You're just...
But the kids, their metabolism is going and going and going. Ours kind of starts slowing down after a few years. So kids are just growing so fast.
I will tell
they
you.
need the food.
I have started taking a daily morning tonic that's called the Master Tonic. And it's on Amazon. It's one shot every morning. It's not bourbon. Stop. I used to have a big bourbon consumption. That's way down. But since I started taking the Master Tonic, that turbocharged this program I'm on. Nothing else
Master
changed.
Tonic. It sounds like somebody pulled it to town on a cart and sold you something off the back of it.
If you go to the Amazon and just put in Master Tonic, it's like apple cider vinegar and a bunch of other spices. And that's it. One shot every morning. Bingo, bango, bongo. It kind of jumpstarts the situation, if you know what I mean.
That's great. That's great.
But it is good. But we're all trying to eat smarter and live longer and live younger,
Yeah,
and that's
right.
That's kind of the
right.
key.
Hey, quick question
Yes.
I got for Rooney, though. Your opinion. Remembering what happened back in 2020 with the Trump-Biden election, do you think Chettarelli – I mean, he only lost by 4 points last time, and this time by 13, but he got more votes. Doesn't that sound familiar with what happened with Trump and Biden? How on up was that election that we had in Jersey?
There is no doubt in my mind that something funky went down in North Jersey.
Good.
There's
It's
always
not
something
just me.
There's always something funky that happens in North Jersey. I mean, you can't have a state where 1 out of every 10 people is illegal and assume that no one is voting. Now, do I think it was 13 or 14 fraud? I don't know if I can say that. I think the Chettarelli campaign made some mistakes. I think there were some things going on at 30,000 feet nationally. I'm saying this to you.
He worked really harder this time than he did in the previous election.
I just want you as a Morristown person to know, from a Camden County person, we're South Jerseyans, New Jersey is not as suggested. I think that was a perfect storm, and I think we can do a whole hell of a lot better down the road. So don't lose faith. Don't put too much stock in what you just saw.
I'm a little nervous about our new governor coming in. What, is she coming in tomorrow?
Tomorrow, that icy wind you feel is Cheryl
Yuck.
blowing in. Yes.
Yeah, we had Virginia sworn in over the weekend, and Mikey is sworn in tomorrow. As a matter of fact, she made a big announcement, Terry. I don't know if you heard it.
What?
She's I think we have this cut one governor-elect until tomorrow. Mikey Sherrill decided to weigh in on the Minnesota situation.
What do you make of what's happening with ICE in Minneapolis?
The president said he was going to use our American cities for practice for troops. He's now put a deployment order out in Alaska to potentially put them on the streets. I think he is trying to incite the protesters. Somebody asked me yesterday, haven't the protests been peaceful? I said, the protesters have been peaceful, but ICE hasn't been. They're assaulting people on the street. They're busting through windows in cars. People are driving their kids home from basketball practice, getting tear gassed. People are getting shot and killed by these out-of-control proto-military agents. And I think the president's trying to incite the protesters so that he can take America's eyes off the fact that his militia that he's building around this country is actually attacking American citizens.
Unbelievable. Proto-military.
Yeah, no, we're in it deep. I mean, the only silver lining I had, rock bottom. She promised to do something about our electric bills. She has to do it now. They have no one else to blame. But I'm also never going to BS you. I think it's going to get darker before the dawn
I
in the
agree.
Great Garden State.
I think so too. Yeah, and I fear because she's so close, distance-wise, to the new mayor in New York City. I think some of his stuff might rub off on her. That's what I fear too.
Oh, she's Mom Donnie in a pantsuit.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
I didn't need the image of Mom Dami rubbing off on Mikey Sherrill today. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to go vomit in the corner, Terry, but it has nothing to do with you, obviously.
Well, you can't leave. You can't leave. I have a couple of things planned for you today, Rudy, that we have to get to. But I did promise, and we actually played a little bit of a teaser for the people. Democrats say the darndest things.
Yes, they were actually elected, but when it's least expected, those Democrats say the darndest things.
One of those Democrats saying the darndest things is Ayanna Pressley. Representative Ayanna Pressley, she thinks ICE should be abolished.
Let me drill down into what it is that you and Senator Ed Markey have done with this bill. It grants citizens the right to sue federal law enforcement officers for civil rights violations. And if it passes, it will end qualified immunity, and that protects officers who engage in misconduct from civil liability. So as we witness this aggressive and many would say illegal actions by ICE in American cities, what do you hope is the effect of this bill?
Well, again, let's just the history here. ICE has only been in existence since 2003. And when I ran for Congress in 2018, I've been calling for the abolishment of ICE. We see what's happening right now where they're terrorizing communities, but it's also what's happening behind the wall with ICE, people that are dying in custody. So this agency must be abolished.
Must be abolished. She wants them. Now, she seems to conveniently forget that Barack Obama gave Tom Homan a medal for all the good work that was done by ICE when Obama was president. Democrats, they say the darndest things, don't they?
Democrats say the darndest things?
Yes, they do. Thank you for shouting that out. One such Democrat saying the darndest things, Ilhan Omar. Oh, she is just reprehensible.
The one place where we thought we would never experience this is the U.S. goddamn states.
So Ilhan Omar seems to have changed the name of the country. Ronnie, did you know that?
Well, I mean, look, you know, if you've married your brother, I guess there's not anything you won't do. Who could beat her? Who could beat her to Game of Truth or Dare? Right? I mean,
wow.
I mean, just again, consider the two freaks we just heard from, right? These are not normal people. These are not well-adjusted people. Most importantly, if you want to try to identify one of the threads of this Opelka-Rooney show today, it's that one of the differences between now and some past periods in this country where we've had some disagreements, had some trouble, we used to not hate each
Yeah.
now. I mean, Omar Presley, they really do think that this is a fundamentally messed up, horrible place, which is why they have no compunction about somebody running over an ICE agent or storming a church and terrorizing children. It's not what I believe. It's not what you believe. It's not what most of our callers believe, except for Matt, God help teaches wherever it may be. But that's where the Democrat Party is in 2026. So the question ahead of us, Mike, is do we really want to hand control of Congress to these people?
Well, you know, they're all not all crazy like Ilhan Omar and Ayanna Pressley. There is a Democrat who is the Virginia Speaker of the House, a guy named Don Scott, who said this yesterday.
As a black man here, and we're celebrating MLK Day, and he spent a lot of time protesting. We have a president that is harassing and tear gassing, and he shot a unarmed white lady in the face.
Wait a minute, Matt, I missed that news report. Can you tell me when Donald Trump shot a unarmed white lady in the face?
Oh, you missed that? That wasn't on the.
I did.
You didn't see that on DeSantis' cut sheet?
No,
Matt, you did put that on there, right?
No, this is the one I found. This is not AI. This is the Virginia Speaker of the House saying that Donald Trump shot an unarmed white lady in the face.
In America, and we are justifying it, and they are justifying it. And so right now we have no choice, I think, but to push back against the atrocities that are being committed by Donald Trump and his minions.
Atrocities by Trump and his minions. He shot an unarmed white lady in the face. Where have you been? Somebody arrest that man.
So the question is, does he believe it? Or is it at the point where they've lost touch with reality? Are they just trying to gaslight, manipulate? Or have they themselves lost the narrative, right? Well, I can't always decide.
What's the expression? The lie gets halfway around the world before the truth puts its pants on.
Winston Churchill.
That's kind of where we are. We have to take a break. But when we come back, the lawyer, Matt Rooney, is going to give his opinion on what I believe is one of the strangest defenses I've ever heard in a courtroom. And yes, I'm surprising Matt with this. And if he doesn't kill me, it's going to be hilarious.
Did you tell Stalker? Because Matt the lawyer is more expensive than Matt the fill-in radio host.
Okay, then the guy who went to the Judge Judy School of Law, that's me. We'll be breaking down this legal story next on the 1210 afternoon show with Rudy and Opelka.
You can now tune in to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, Dawn Stensland here. I only talk about companies I actually use in my own home, of course. And Chapman Windows, Doors, and Siding is one of them and has been for many years now. If you've been thinking about maybe replacing your entry door or patio doors, January is a great time to start the planning. Spring will be here before you know it, and it's the perfect season to be enjoying an upgrade like that. What I love about Chapman is just how hands-on they are. From design to installation, they walk you through every single step, everything's upfront and in writing, and the craftsmanship really shows, especially with doors. The difference in curb appeal, security, energy efficiency is immediate. And right now, my friends at Chapman are offering 10% off, which makes now a smart time to start that conversation. So if new doors are on your list this year, my advice is simple. Visit ChapmanWindows.com. That's ChapmanWindows.com. Learn more about my friends at Chapman Windows, Doors, and Siding today. Tell them Dawn sent you.
Hi, this is Dave Barlow from Barlow Buick GMC in Woodbury, New Jersey. At Barlow, we believe that family comes first, and so does the ride that gets you there. Whether it's the elegant design of the Buick Enclave or the power and confidence of the GMC Sierra, we've got the perfect vehicle to start your year right. This new year, enjoy incredible savings, honest pricing, and dedicated service. Visit Barlow Buick GMC in Woodbury or shop 24/7 at barlowautogroup.com. Buick, exceptional by design. GMC, we are professional grade.
When you need to know, depend on KYW News Radio 103.9 FM.
Volunteers at Temple University giving back at the largest MLK Day celebration in the country. Philadelphia City Council returns from their winter break this week. They're expected to pass more changes to Mayor Parker's affordable housing plan. And the U.S. Coast Guard saved a group of boaters from a sinking vessel off the Jersey Shore.
Get the latest anytime on KYW News Radio. Now on Crystal Clear 103.9 FM.
You've never needed us more.
At Virtua Health, we're redefining heart care.
Our heart rhythm team at Virtua is really working at the forefront of technology. There's constantly new advances.
Like cardiac clinical trials and breakthrough treatments for atrial fibrillation.
Treating atrial fibrillation with ablation and treating it early allows for the best outcomes for our patients. We can make a meaningful difference in patients' lives.
Virtua Health, here for complex heart care, here for good. More at virtua.org/here for good.
You know what's beautiful? The Jug Handle Inn. Spread your wings and enjoy good times, great friends, and amazing food. You know the Jug's famous for their award-winning wings, but they offer so much more. Perfect for lunch, dinner, late-night snacks with monster burgers, scrumptious nachos, huge fresh salads, fries, and tots. Don't miss a minute of your basketball and hockey action, yo, and your chance to scream, "Go Birds!" with great specials every day. Come rediscover the Jug Handle Inn in Cinnamons and find them online at jughandleinn.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-549-1238 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-549-1238. That's 800-549-1238. What do you have to lose? Call 800-549-1238. Again, 800-549-1238.
Start the new year off on a healthier note by taking active liver supplements from New Nordic. Available online at Amazon, NewNordicUSA.com, or your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery, or Wegmans.
Talk Radio 1210 WPHT from the Piazza Auto Group Studios. Experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations.
Happy birthday, Dolly Parton. What an icon. My God. Have you ever gotten to see her live, Bernie?
I haven't. I've been trying to go to Dollywood for years, talking my wife into it, but goodness gracious, if I could look that good at 80, my friend, I don't look that good at 41.
Well,
who are we kidding?
Don't kid yourself. Do you have a dress like Dolly would wear?
Gravity's starting to, wreak its evil toll on me, but
I have met everybody in the entertainment business in my 40 years, I think. And because I've been around, I work morning radio. It's Mike Opelka and Matt Rudy afternoons today and tomorrow on PhD. And just to prove it to you, I was joking with Justin and DeSantis before the show, and I sent him a picture from 2006 or 2007. And Justin went, "Wow, look at that! It's Vincent. What's his name? He played Big Pussy on The Sopranos.
Big Pussy, yeah.
Yeah." And he goes, "Who's the guy with him?" And then he goes, "Oh my God, that's you." So yeah, that's me in 2006 or 2007.
Wow.
And Vinny came out and did the morning show. So I've never met Dolly Parton. I would love to meet Dolly Parton. Just such a, and what she has done for literacy in this country is just amazing. Vincent Pastore. I can't think of his last name because we just called him Vinny. Or that was the only time we used the P word on the radio that many times in the morning and nobody got nervous. Because we were allowed to call him Big Pussy every 2 seconds on the radio.
It's all right if it's a proper noun or if it's anatomically exact. I think.
Well,
those
what
are
about
the rules.
what about the hats? Remember in the first Trump inauguration, which I attended that and the Women's March the next day, where they all had the pink kitty cat hats the next day, but they called them something very different. So
they did a red word.
Yeah, it was
as my kids would say.
Is it a red word? Is that what it's called?
That's what they teach them these days. They're red words. There's green words and there's red words.
Do you have a swear jar at home for your kids?
We do not, because I would be broke, because I would have to fill it with money for all the things my wife and I say.
Well, I know the morning show has a grammar jar.
They do.
That has most of Nick Cale's money in it. But
yes.
They apparently have gotten a little lax on it. We'll see. I know all the money's going to Families Behind the Badge, and I also said that I would absolutely mention the YouTube channel, but I would refer to it as the WootTube channel today, and you guys should donate money to the Families Behind the Badge anytime you can. Just a great organization. Now, before we went away, I said to Matt Rooney, I would like to test your lawyering skills, because I saw this story and I didn't want to sandbag the story and surprise you with it.
Let me get my gavel down here. Get all my
you actually have a gavel.
Here. I do actually.
Too?
No, because I've never been a judge, but I was a bar president, so they gave me, and not the kind of bar that I prefer to spend my time at, an actual legal bar. So
okay, well,
I have a gavel here, a ceremonial gavel.
Very nice, very nice. Well, I saw this story and I said, I wonder if Matt Rooney has seen this. And it's out of Memphis, so it's not a local story per se, but it certainly tests the boundaries of, reality.
Jasmine Moss, charged with child neglect and abuse for allegedly allowing her 5-year-old daughter to wax dozens of nude adult clients at Moss's home waxing business.
Now, Matt Rooney, I know you've had some divorce attorney cases that you've handled that are probably pretty interesting and pretty spicy, but have you ever faced a situation where a woman had a home waxing business and she let her 5-year-old wax naked adults?
No, I've dealt with some objectively gross stuff, or as the Gen Zers would say, ick, Mike, some real ick stuff. Mm-hmm. Never that. And while I appreciate creative lawyering, right, that's what we have to do. It's zealous advocacy. There's that phrase again. Alternative parenting, which is the excuse that the defense counsel is going with on this one. I don't know how that can translate to apologizing for having a minor lay hands on a naked adult in an occupational environment. You can't. No,
so do you want
because I don't think we're waxing upper lips, right? I mean,
I don't think so.
No.
I think this might be a South American kind of a thing.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying.
Yes, this is we're down in the realm of Maduro, not like Trudeau,
So you want to see how this lawyer defended this woman?
Yes.
Good.
It's an unusual case. It's a little complicated because there was a DCS investigation, and also there's some licensing issues with Ms. Moss with the cosmetology board. So we need some time to investigate that.
The allegations against Moss came in light after a viral Instagram post, which, according to the court documents, showed the girl applying hot wax on nude clients.
Now, first of all, if you're going to let your 5-year-old wax your clients and they're naked, don't put it on Instagram. We're so
I put it in
stupid.
I put it in my retainer agreements. Half my retainer agreement in 2026 is, hey, there's this thing called social media. Maybe you shouldn't put your life up on it. We put clients on notice. But look, I don't let my kids eat certain foods on the couch. I don't let them play with Play-Doh anywhere near mommy's couches. So the idea of letting a 5-year-old loose near hot wax, Mike, I'm having trouble wrapping my mind around this, despite the fact that I consider myself a pretty creative guy.
Well, the entire idea of letting a child have access to hot wax to then permit them to put it on your tender vegetation just really makes me question the judgment of the parent. We heard from the attorney that there apparently was a DCS investigation going on. Let's see where this went.
Court documents say in the Post, Moss wrote she and her daughter waxed 24 people. Her defense attorney told your news leader after spending time investigating, they believe the state should drop the case.
Certainly, maybe some questionable parenting, but does that amount to a crime?
Yes, you're letting children pour hot wax on the twig and berries of grown-up people.
And we're focusing on the child, which is appropriate, right? We care about children here. And the parent that let it happen. But imagine Mike Opelka is deciding that he needs to go and have, his twigs and berries appropriately scaped. Right.
Yeah.
And you see a 5-year-old walk in with some hot wax. What's your reaction? Do you stay on the table?
Isn't there someone more qualified in the building? Is there nobody? The great comedian Bobcat Goldthwait, and I hope he's still alive. Bobcat Goldthwait talked about being in the delivery room when his child was born, and the baby comes out, and the doctor looks at him and goes, "Do you want to cut the umbilical cord?" He goes, "Isn't there someone more qualified in the room?"
They asked me to do that like it was some kind of great privilege, and I'm like, I don't think I'm qualified for this. No, I don't want to be anywhere.
Discount?
No, exactly. How do I submit this to insurance?
Well, let's see how this finished.
Our position is that it does not. DCS investigated this. The child is still in Ms. Moss's custody. Again, we're just hopeful that we can convince the prosecutors that what they have is somebody who made a mistake, who has remedied that mistake, is back on track, and the criminal justice system does not need to be involved.
Well, this is one of those cases, and I'm a little government guy. I really am happy the criminal justice system is involved in this. Somebody, it's Joe in the Woot Room said, maybe it was take your daughter to work day. Well done, Joe. Well done.
He wins the Woot Room for the day.
He does win Woot Room today. Maybe we'll do that again. Wow. No, it was not the upper lip. It was tender vegetation. It was twig and berries. But not one, not two, 24 people. So somebody had to step up and finally go, hey, they got a child waxing naked people in this room over here. And can you imagine the kid in kindergarten? What do your parents do for work? Well, it's show and tell day. We're bringing mommy in.
I'm going to write a book, and we can do it together, Mike. You can do the forward, however you want to play it. I'm not in any way going to be greedy about this. It's going to be called The Death of Shame. It's so much of what's wrong with it. People just don't feel guilt about anything anymore.
I know when it started. I think I know when The Death of Shame began. I think we can go back and track it to either A Night in Paris, and you know what I'm talking about. It's not the City of Lights, it's the Hilton woman, or Kim Kardashian. Shame died when those two events were monetized and suddenly became the entryway, the gateway to fame and ultimately social media fortune was to show you business on the internet and let everything happen. But yeah, this was a mommy let her 5-year-old child wax naked adults, not one, not two, but 24. And an attorney said, I can defend that. I'm sure. I'm glad he didn't say, I think I can get her off, because that would have just been beyond the pale.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit too much, right? But look, I mean, you take the retainer, if you can get it. I don't blame the guy for trying, but I'm sure, well, at least I hope he had an honest conversation with her in the confidence of that consultation room about how much trouble she's in. I don't see how she gets out of it.
I hope he's not just her lawyer, but a client. Let's leave it there. We got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll put a bow on the show. It's Michael Pelka. It's Matt Rudy. Oh, I think we all need to walk naked through a car wash. It's Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Paramount Plus is the new home of UFC, and we're coming out swinging with UFC 324.
Oh, what a shot!
And 325 on back-to-back weekends. The new era is here.
It's time!
Every fight.
Bam! Let's go!
One subscription.
Oh my goodness!
Pay-per-view just got knocked out.
Let's go!
Back-to-back blockbuster UFC events this month, only on Paramount Plus.
Bet365.
Announcing that gold is now around a record-breaking $4,600 an ounce. If you've got gold or silver just laying around, Estates Roadshow wants it. They are paying top dollar this Monday through Friday at TMT Cash for Gold in Cherry Hill. For more info, go to tmtcashforgold.com.
Hi, this is Dom Giordano. Are you tired of feeling worn out halfway through your workout or exhausted before the day even begins? If staying active matters to you, fuel your body with Rescue Orosine. Most people don't realize your body runs on ATP, the natural energy that powers every muscle, every heartbeat, every step. But as we age, ATP production slows down, taking stamina and endurance with it. That's where Rescue Orosine comes in. This cutting-edge formula with research-backed ingredients supports ATP production at the cellular level. You can keep moving, keep your heart pumping, and keep doing what you love every day without jitters or crashes. Just use the code MyEnergy to buy one, get one free today at res-q.com or call a Rescue Product Consultant 800-26-ALIVE. Don't miss out. Again, that's 800-262-5483 or online at res-q.com. Get your second bottle of Rescue Orosine for free. Use that code MyEnergy at checkout.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial # law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Guys, if you want the greatest night of your life, I mean your best night ever, then you gotta hear this. There's a new ED pill out, and it's from the makers of Viagra. It's their first new ED pill in over 20 years. This new super pill is called Viagra AGV, and it's unbelievable. It works super fast in only 11 minutes and lasts up to 14 hours, thanks to its new vasodynamic delivery system. Plus, it's FDA approved and safe. There has never been any ED pill like it. It's unreal what it does to you. In testing, Viagra AGV crushed every other ED pill. It destroyed them all. And now, 9 out of 10 urologists are recommending Viagra AGV over any other ED pill. Every man alive needs to try this new Viagra AGV super pill at least once. Then you'll know why men are going crazy over it. So if you want to have the most incredible night of your life, you can't miss this. Go to scoreblue.com and try it while supplies last. That's scoreblue.com.
Free speech lives here on Odyssey's #1 talk station. Talk Radio 1210. 1210 WPHT.
It is 5:50. We have to get out of here in like 6 minutes, Rooney. It's Opelka and Rooney. We'll be back tomorrow. I already have a list of things we have to talk about tomorrow, Matthew. Before war.
I blacked out. Was that 3 hours?
Yeah. Again, we got to talk about your drinking.
Yeah, I guess we should.
Yeah.
Well, we have 3 hours tomorrow.
Sure, we can talk about it. But tomorrow, and I want the Vast and Unpaid Resources Department and the WooTube channel to be a part of this, I'm going to ask what's, in terms of just general government, what is the most ridiculous waste you've experienced in general government? Because I think I've stumbled into the one I will nominate. I'll share it with you tomorrow. So think about it. You've got time. And I also, did you like Democrats say the darndest things? Were you digging that?
I loved it.
I was going to say it's radio. You have to speak. Matt's nodding his head like. So I was like, is he going to say something that people listening at home?
No, well, I wasn't sure if it was rhetorical or not because I know that you loved it, right? It was your idea. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you liked it.
The WooTube liked it.
The WooTube seemed to enjoy it. Okay, so we'll tee that. I'm going to give you one more because I think maybe two because I think I have one or two more. Let's tee it up again here.
Democrats say the darndest things. Are you serious right now?
We are.
Democrats say the darndest things. They make me laugh, they make me smile. I swear to God, sometimes I cry. Yeah.
Yes, Democrats say the darndest things. Democrats like Chuck Schumer. Perhaps you've heard of him, Dr. Rooney. You've heard of this Schumer guy?
Once or twice.
He was at the Center for American Progress over the weekend and said this.
If you look at the budget actually we're working on right now, and we'll have the T-HUD budget, transportation and HUD budget, we restore most of the cuts and even go higher than previous years on many of the programs that DOJ slashed. When I met our nominee for HUD secretary, then he was nominee, he talked a nice game, but he doesn't seem to have the clout to make those views prevail over the DOJ people, over the cut people.
So Chuck Schumer is saying that if Democrats gain control of Congress, they're not just going to get rid of DOJ, they're going to reverse all of the cuts made. They want to spend all the money that we know was wasted money. They absolutely want to foist it on us. But he's not the worst. On the other side, over in the House, Hakeem Jeffries, he's saying if and when Democrats retake power, they're coming after everybody.
So there's two things to keep in mind here. First of all, there's accountability for the corruption and the chaos that Donald Trump has unleashed on the American people from the very beginning of his presidency on January 20th that should be tied directly to the Supreme Court and the 6 right-wing justices who basically gave Donald Trump, without justification, blanket immunity. And he's been out of control ever since.
So that's just the first part. Gee, I wonder if he's going to come after people who helped Donald Trump.
So that's problem number one. Problem number two, of course, is the fact that there are so many different corrupt sycophants within the Trump administration, including but not limited to within the Department of Justice. Now, these people don't have immunity. And the reality is the statute of limitations is 5 years, and there will be accountability with the next administration, if not before, when Democrats take back control of the House of Representatives.
So
there's two things.
Rooney, do you think the president would be wise to just give everyone immunity who's worked for him?
He's going to have to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so much for Abraham Lincoln talking about the better angels of our nature, Mike. Yeah. And at the end of the Civil War, right, we remember that one of the reasons why Lincoln was having trouble with the radical Republicans, Tad Stevens and the others, is that he wanted to let them up easy. That was his phrase. But again, there's not that level of charity among the modern American left. It's gross. And I also just have to throw this out there, even though some will consider it a non sequitur. I've never been a fan of Chuck Schumer, surprise, surprise. But in June 2024, he posted a photo of himself putting a slice of American cheese on a grill in a completely raw patty. And that's when he lost me forever. Disgusting.
Schumer was my senator for the 23 years, House and Senate. I lived in New York City.
I'm so sorry, bud.
Yeah. So I feel your pain, but you're right.
I mean, my senators are Cory Booker and Andy Kim, so I deserve your sympathy.
Tomorrow, I think you've got it. Tomorrow, I think, at least Cory Booker finally settled down and found himself a nice girl. Sorry. It's so wrong for me to say. Tomorrow...
It is. That felt dirty.
I think Guy Shiraki is going to join us because there's a lot of noise coming out of the DNC about what they're planning to do to John Fetterman. And it's going to be very ugly. So we'll get to that. Plus, we hope you will join Matthew and I tomorrow. We'll break down what we think are the most ridiculous waste of government money, and I'll share them with you. Any closing thoughts, Matt, that you want to share with the people?
I'm shocked that many people wanted to call in today. I don't know what's wrong with you people. You couldn't find something else to do, but they were enamored.
Oh, Zioli's up next, but not only is Zioli 6 to 7, he's on Laura Ingraham tonight. Not on the show, people. He's on the show. He'll be on the Ingraham angle tonight, and I think it's Kayleigh McEnany guest hosting. But
we knew him when. We knew him when.
What's that?
We knew him when.
Yes, we did. So Zioli 6 to 7, and then he'll be on the Ingraham angle tonight. And you better be watching, and you better be back tomorrow. Thank you, Matthew. I enjoyed it.
No, this was an absolute pleasure, my friend. Let's do it again.
You know how we end the show? Do you know how I end the show every time?
How we end the show? No. You end it however you choose.
Okay.
Age before beauty.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think it was a shot.
No.
Testudo, my friends. Testudo.
Every man should have their health optimized. 14 Men's Health offers a unique approach to men's health, providing individualized solutions that address a wide range of critical issues. Dr. Michael Athanasios supports you with cardiovascular disease prevention, improvement in erectile dysfunction, testosterone replacement and enhancement, nutrition counseling, and weight control all in one place. Reduce the need for multiple appointments with different specialists. Visit 14menshealth.com. Make an appointment today for personalized health care. 14 Men's Health, with one doctor, one location for life. 14menshealth.com.
Hey, Dawn Stensland here, introducing the all-new 2026 Honda Prelude Hybrid, redesigned with cutting-edge hybrid performance and head-turning style. Coming soon to a Piazza Honda dealer near you. Discover Honda's complete hybrid lineup while you're there, including the popular Accord,